everyone. We were just talking about how some people here haven't seen Top Gun, and then it evolved into a discussion about The Lion King and what movies we haven't seen that we really should have.
I feel like this is the conversation we had last week, but about TV shows. Now we're just talking about movies.
Yeah, y'all gotta up your media intake. Please.
I have a question for you guys. How do you know what movies you should have seen if you haven't seen them?
Exactly.
There's lists online. Yeah. Movies you should see.
I'm gonna trust a list.
If you don't see any of them, then you don't have to think about that.
I have a question.
I've never seen any movie ever in my life.
I feel like I know the answer to it, but everyone in the world, right, is immediately compelled to scream the first lines of Circle of Life. As soon as anyone lifts any object higher than their forehead with both hands, correct?
Yes.
Anytime I see anyone making this motion, I'm just like, I need to run over to them and scream in their face.
Tim and I did that a lot when we brought our daughter home.
I sang that song in choir.
I did it with a machete once.
It was really bad.
It was Australia.
Counter offer, Adam. You can do that, or you can do the Legend of Zelda. Da-na-na-na,
I never really played Legend of Zelda, so Lion King had too much more of an influence.
Next week will be video games.
Just cut to me over here with my Sega Genesis from 1994. It was my first console. Hey,
I played one. I think it was Link's Awakening. It was on the Game Boy Advance. And I was quite young, and I got stuck, and I went, "This is dog shit," and I never picked it up again because I got very stuck. And I think even if I picked it up today without a online guide, I'd just be like, my old dumb brain would get all confused again. I'd be like, no.
My dad and I used
to play.
Puzzles
for children are hard.
My dad and I used to play Zelda together, and not the first Zelda game I played, but one of the main Zelda games I played was Wind Waker on GameCube. And when you had to go into that forest and go after the goblin guys, I would get really, really scared, and I'd throw the remote to my dad. That happened with a lot. I played. Did anyone here play Pikmin?
Very stressful game.
Okay, I used to play Pikmin on GameCube when I was a kid, but then I had to stop playing it because once my Pikmin all got eaten, I'd start to cry. A lot, enough that my parents banned Pikmin in my house until I was in my teens. I wasn't allowed to play Pikmin because I got that upset.
Well, we're 13 when GameCube came out, so
I was in grade 1. I got it for Christmas when I was 5 years old.
Did anyone play the Game Boy Advanced game? No, it wasn't even advanced. It was just a Game Boy Color. I never had anything past Game Boy Color. The Game Boy Color game. Mm-hmm. Called Quest for Camelot, based on the Disney film Quest for Camelot.
I did have that one.
It was formative for my young brain because I was like, dude, it was my shit, and it was not easy and quite spooky.
Those games weren't hard. Those games were hard.
So hard.
Like Conker's not Bad Fur Day because no, that's the
PlayStation one, I think.
Yeah, there was one where it was just Conker's and his birthday cake got stolen and his girlfriend also got stolen or some shit.
Dang.
And you had to go and fight shit.
Honestly,
that
sounds like a Bad Fur Day, dude.
Here's my question about the game.
Bad Fur Day had a lot of swearing and stuff in it. My parents would never have allowed
Conker gets his birthday cake and his girlfriend stolen by the same person, or do you have to make a moral choice early in the game?
Is it birthday cake or
who
girlfriend?
Are you going after? And that.
I feel like when you're 5, it's that
separates the boys from the men.
You can't get another cake for that birthday.
Here's the thing: if you go after,
it was Conker's Pocket Tales. It was a very kiddie version. And he doesn't have to get his birthday cake. It's every time you beat a boss, you get one of his stolen birthday presents back. And then his ultimate goal is trying to rescue his girlfriend.
So it's either the birthday. You could just stop before the last thing and be like, I got all my birthday presents. Bye.
I got all my birthday presents.
Got an Xbox. We
We good.
That's an easy way to break up with your girlfriend.
Just let them continue to be kidnapped.
Bye, Princess Peach.
I'm getting around to those demands that you sent me. Let me check.
I got all these side quests piling up.
Guys, go ahead, Adam.
Oh, I saw a thing on Reddit the other day where it was it's Mario, and he's like, and every time he would just steal Princess Peach again. And then I realized he was just doing it to get my attention, and it zooms out and it's them sitting on a couch, him and Bowser sitting on a couch holding hands, being like gazing at each other lovingly. It's the best headcanon that I think I've ever accepted in my life.
We love that.
Best
I have
thing
a
about
big crush
Bowser.
on Daisy.
Big crush on Daisy. Best thing about Bowser that is headcanon, but also just actual canon, is that he's just a good dad to baby Bowser. Like, he goes to, like, he works for his son. He's like proud of his son. He's like,
and you gotta think, like, he doesn't have a lot of time. He's got kingdoms to run.
yeah,
He's a busy guy.
Princesses to kidnap.
He's
It's
a
a
single
busy-
business dad.
Also,
who somehow manages to be
his
a great dad.
military structure is not simple. Brian David Gilbert broke it down, and it's a complex system of hierarchies and
A lot on his
ranks,
shoulders.
and there's a lot of different facets to his military. You know, like land, sea, air units. Like it's pretty intense.
and so really what's amazing about that is, like, clearly his priority is
His kid.
family.
Yeah.
Because he's got his kid and he cares about it. And why do you think he's trying to kidnap Princess Peach? Trying to give that kid a mom.
stable
If
female
you play
influence.
fucking
Manly.
Paper Mario Thousand Year
no.
Door, that
Paper
is
Mario's very
canon.
good.
That's why he's trying to steal Princess Peach. Trying to give baby Bowser a mom,
cares?
which
He cares
is
too much.
beautiful.
So cute.
Should we play some D&D?
Let's
It's
play some
8:03.
D&D. Let's do
But
it.
wait, announcements first.
Announcements first, or we usually do announcements after the intro.
Let's play some intro.
Yeah,
Let's play some intro, play some D&D, and then talk about stuff. Bye.
Ba-da-da-doom, yeah, yeah, yeah. When you're stuck in quarantine and there's nothing on TV, come on down, come and see Blackwater D&D.
What a treat. What a treat.
What a delight.
So fun.
Okay, announcements. Big thank you to our sponsors. First off, a thank you to Keisha from Fairy Dragon Dice. She has made us each custom sets of polyhedral dice. She also has a bunch of dice up in her shop. She's been working on a lot of new techniques, a lot of new dice, and they're just so pretty and beautiful, and you should probably add them to your dice collection. Want to learn more about her stuff? Head on over to fairydragon_dice on Instagram. Another thank you to our artist, Tiana. She's our official campaign artist, and you can find her at miss._Marston on Instagram. We have some really amazing things coming up in the works, as we always do, working hard to bring you folks more content and more amazing projects that we're just really excited about, and we couldn't do that without Tiana. Another thank you to Silverwing Armory, our paper products sponsor. They have a fantastic collaboration with Grimbeard Leather right now. For their Lore Keepers bundle, you can fit a campaign notebook in there. You can fit your notes. You can fit a tablet in there if you wanted to, some pens, all that kind of good stuff. Head on over to Silverwing Armory on Instagram, and you'll find links to their shop. Also, some beautiful pictures of the handcrafted leather that they have, and it's just a delight. So if you want to surprise your lore keeper or your DM or even just yourself with something, head on over there, enter the code Blackwater at checkout for 10% off in their shop. And our final sponsor and partner is Legendcraft. Legendcraft is a creator of wonderful woodworking products for your RPG gaming experience, whether that's from tables to shelves to these beautiful rolling rods, which I will talk about in a second. Legendcraft is an amazing Canadian company. We're so proud to partner with them. And if you like anything that they do, head on over to their website, at legendcraft.ca. And if you find anything, enter the code Blackwater at checkout for 5% off. That's on literally everything at their site. You want to order a Mountain King table, you do that, and you enter the code Blackwater, and you're getting 5% off. They have a fantastic upcoming Kickstarter that's going to be happening pretty soon. So if you head on over to Facebook and look up the Vanguard Magnetic RPG Privacy Screen, there's lots of cool information there. They've partnered with Tiana, our artist, to do some very cool art stuff in the works. I have seen sneak peeks of some of the upcoming stuff that they haven't released, and oh man, is it good. So keep your eyes on that product. And the thing that a lot of people are waiting for this evening is wondering who has won the fantastic Purple Heart Rolling Rod. The winner has been drawn, and we will be announcing it just before the break. So please stay tuned for that. We will be putting a post up on our Instagram as well. The contest is closed currently. It closed at about 7:30, which is when we drew everything. So we are very, very excited to give this away to someone who has been part of our community, which is really awesome. Prime Gaming. So this is about subscriptions. If you are someone who subscribes to our channel, first and foremost, a big thank you. Your subscriptions allow us to do what we do here and put in motion all of those very cool projects that we have going on. And this is September, actually. So if you're wanting to get some subscriptions for a little bit cheaper than normal, and you can subscribe at tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3, and you will get those off. You can even bundle subscriptions together. It's pretty great. If you put !September in the chat, you will be able to find some links to all sorts of things, subscriptions, and Prime Gaming, and a lot of your subscriptions don't roll over every month. So you do need to keep re-upping them. And also a big thank you to folks who have been giving away subscriptions in our channel. That is so kind of you, and it really, really helps us, helps widen our community and also bring other new people in. So like, thank you all so much for everyone who does that. Okay, 2 more announcements and then I'm done, and then we're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons. Chatwater on Monday. We are talking about some NPCs in the universe before we start diving into the arcs that Blackwater has actually gone on. We've almost reached that point. We are at Chatwater. We are almost there. So please come join Sean and I and Yanis as we talk about all that kind of good stuff on Monday. And then next Wednesday is the return of the Maker's One-Shot, the Mountain King's Bounty, Part 2 with Ben from Legendcraft, Tiana, our amazing artist, and Keisha from Fairy Dragon Dice, joined by the delightful Jen, playing amazing characters that is in canon, in the past, Blackwater one-shot, which the table we now have in our possession as a party, which is so cool. So we'll have to see what's happening in that, because who knows what will happen. Maybe there's ghosts in that table. Who knows?
I would really love, Tim, because the table already has ghosts in it. It says that once you've landed, there are 4 dwarven ghosts that live in your place and like do shenanigans, and each have their own personality, and one's a bit of a slob and one's totally type A, and like it's basically a sitcom. I'm really hoping we get to meet those 4 ghosts while they're alive, and then see how they got like damned to an eternal life in servitude within this table. That is what I'm hoping for. I can't hear you, so that sounds like a confirmation to me.
I think Tim's muted because I'm doing announcements.
Maybe things change, and we're the ghosts.
Maybe you're the ghost now. And then finally, before we get started playing, thank you all so much for joining us. We're really happy to have you here, and let's play some Dungeons and Dragons.
All right. So for those of you just joining us tonight, last week Blackwater pressed ahead in their exploration of the ruin of Cyr-Ang-Dun, finding the Queen's chambers, as they managed to solve the puzzle to enter farther into the royal quarters and avoid the Guardians. Once through, they found the inner chamber door, which was in fact trapped, but after tripping the firestorm spell, they managed to gain access to the Queen's chamber. There they found the skeletal remains of Queen Ironspine alongside her gilded husband, Fangren Goldhelm. Searching the room, they discovered the information about the Mother's Basin being compromised, and the city's gold supply had been completely evaporated. Oh my goodness. This led them to speculate about the final days of Cyr-Ang-Dun before Nepi spoke with the dead queen, revealing that she had struck a bargain with Task in a desperate attempt to save her kingdom. They also discovered a secret hallway but before exploring it, Callie confronted Finnan over his recent reckless behavior, and what transpired was an emotionally fraught discussion over Finnan's future within Blackwater. Ultimately, this brought the party closer together as they pushed ahead into the long tunnel to Fangren's study. It was here they discovered an old map of a part of Garyang, and Finnan was pulled into a vision of a number of elves and drow fleeing for their lives in a blizzard. Upon returning to his senses, the party grabbed what they could and fled back out to the main chamber, which is where we are picking up. As you come back out, as you fly out of the tunnel, you kind of all arrive back in the Queen's chambers. What would you like to do?
Did the traps get set off behind us in the tunnel?
No.
No? That's good.
I would love, Kokanee, you want to go through these notes, see if there's anything useful in my notes? And I take out the notes that I have on my person that I took from the study for him to decipher.
Yeah, I'll push them out and start going through them.
You see a lot of it, it pertains to different things. You can see there is some of it is notes about where he's allocated, money and funds. And there's sort of like a ledger of initials alongside sums of money. There is some of his writing about Ceresite, and he talks in detail about its what he believes is its inherent. He knows that it has some kind of inherent magical property, and he believes that it can, from what he's studied from it, that it can amplify certain magics, but he hasn't figured out much beyond that. But he goes into kind of great length about its properties, and feeling some kind of connection to it, and that its potential is huge. That's what he goes on about. And then some of the notes also detail sort of his fear around the queen discovering what he's been doing, and that in fact he's been siphoning what little gold does remain in the coffers of the city to fund his expeditions.
Kokanee, while you're reading through, does it is there any mention of someone with the name M, initials M or Northall at all? I still have this piece of the letter that we found from before, so I'm just trying to figure out if there was any payment. It said something about payment from the king. Anything in there?
You do see, yep, the initials. There is one that has an M. It's MT. And
MT.
M.T.
Is just a sum of money, or is there any sort of like?
There's a fairly large sum of money, and it has written at the top of the ledger is expedition, like a primary expedition. And then underneath there's another line that says secondary exposition, but MT is not on there.
And no Northall?
No, there isn't an N, no.
Okay, I would convey all the stuff about the Ceresite to Finnan, and is that everything in the notes?
Yeah, there wasn't a ton. Some of it was burned. It just it kind of details his fascination with it.
Sure.
I feel in hindsight that the king's name was somewhat ironic.
Goldhelm?
Yeah, it's kind of like a tragic irony there.
Gilded, wearing gold always. Gilded and gold. Yes.
Fildo would have liked him.
Oh gosh.
I haven't thought about Fildo in a while.
You did find one more thing. I apologize.
Hold on, guys. I found one more thing.
as it kind
work.
of slips out, you see what almost looks like a drawing of almost like a schematic drawing of a sphere kind of shaped. It's like a spiraled sphere. So as if you took the metal and sort of bent it around. And you can see there's notes on it that indicates that it's some kind of ivory. And you can see fine runes kind of drawn, sketched into the lines of the metal or into the ivory. They don't look dwarvish in nature. And you can see there is a large shard of Ceresite in its center. And you can see underneath he's written magnifier.
Magnifier. Want to give me 10 minutes with that, and I'll see what identify can say about it?
It's a schematic, not an
It's
item.
like a schematic. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
not the thing itself. Right.
It's just a picture of it.
Rilauven, do you know anything about
the item
that?
right in the middle of all the paper.
As you kind of look over at it. I believe it looks Illyrian in design. I can't remember what it's for, but I believe it has something to do with the Ceresite inside of it. Perhaps magnifying a spell, some kind of magic.
To remind me, Adam, not Finnan, the Illyrians are Rilauven's people, right?
Yes, sort of. So,
before the divide.
Yeah, so Rilauven was, like, from what he's told you, he was the child of the Illyrian queen and the first, what's considered the first drow,
right,
is his father. So he was their child
between the
and they, like, his father and mother wound up like splitting, and it caused a civil war essentially.
Oh.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry I can't be of more help. It comes in fragments.
Sorry, you're talking to your god. Go ahead.
No, it gives us a start. We can start with Valerian. That's good.
The schematics there, that big old thing in the center, big old piece of Ceresite that goes in the center. Is that about right? Yeah. That's not equivalent to that big piece that we got out of Goldhelm's helm, is it?
No, it looks bigger.
Oh no.
Yeah, judging by the sizes that are written on it, it's bigger than that.
Woof.
It looks like it's probably about yay big.
Oh shit.
Yay big.
If one small ring-sized setting is enough to link a person to Rilauven as a warlock, because that's what happened with the fella whose name I definitely remember back in
Mako.
Mako, yeah, that's the one. I definitely remember that. It was a very small piece, but it was enough to link him. Something that big could be used for large-scale destruction. At least I assume.
And apparently pretty good magnification.
I wonder if that is what Volketh is looking for. He is a drow. I don't want to assume anything about anybody's people, but the look on his face when I saw him was not kind. He showed the Ceresite in front of me, tauntingly. We've never known his aims. I wonder if this is something he's chasing also.
Neppy, I think we got to talk about this. This grief between you and Volketh. Let me just ask you a real tough question.
Go ahead, let us.
Have you ever given Volketh a reason to be nice to you?
I've barely said 2 words to him.
Oh, you've said plenty, and I've heard you. I know you've done a little bit of sending, and I think you took quite the tone with Volketh. Also, scrying on someone without their consent, not traditionally speaking a nice thing. Now, I can agree that Volketh can be a little touchy, and, you know, he's got his shell up. Like, he's not exactly the most personable fella. But I think you're unduly distrustful of Volketh.
You might be right. That is. You might be right. So, for you...
No. Not for me.
I think when it comes to Volketh, we should approach it with a sense of neutrality. Let's not assume one way or the other. I don't trust him, but...
Oh, I don't trust him either. I'm not saying... It is something just to keep in mind. That is all I'm saying.
Okay.
Of course.
Then we'll keep a mind on it. Well, we feel good about Queen's Chambers?
It seems like we found everything in here. Perhaps Megran and Gola have finished the pants for Spooky or for Diana.
Do we just want to crack the, because the one thing we haven't made sure is, the sealed entrance. I'd love to just take a peek there, because if we're making sure that forge stays safe, it'd be really useful to know like what kind of access points this whole city seems to have.
I
As long as
also
we're out and about. Go
I
ahead.
also had a thought about the security of this city. It makes it a little harder to move around surreptitiously if there's, an entire city worth of dwarves living here, or at least in the near future, that's the case. Because the last place we have to check, it was the place that connected to
Cyr-Ang-Dun, yes.
Cyr-Ang-Dun, right? Then, if we can clear that, perhaps we can encourage the people of Cyr-Ang-Dun to expand their interests. And then letters, with that being said, you can maybe discuss like commission or finder's fee or like a trading thing with Dresda. Because like we found you a whole city, and if you settle it, you and Dresda have like a good deal going on. It really expands your empire of like trade and business.
Wait, sorry, are you pitching that we relocate Dresda here now?
No, I'm pitching that we talk to the dwarves of Cyr-Ang-Dun.
Oh, and this is now a thing that we do. Like, we're Blackwater, evil fighters, and
we get rid of the shitty part of the city. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we tell Cyr-Ang-Dun that there's a whole city here, and it's like pretty great. And there's a couple of people who are made of gold, and I think they'd like that.
We got our title. Aggressive macro real estate agents.
I agree. I like that.
I wonder, I would also potentially posit that the people of Cyr-Ang-Dun also potentially...
Oh, who dat?
Someone watching the stream, perhaps.
Me, but the stream has been on this entire time, and I have no idea what changed.
Sometimes Em has something important to say.
And it just says it twice. I would potentially posit that the people of Cyr-Ang-Dun are well aware of the fact that Cyr-Ang-Dun is here. This is part of their history. If this was shut down 1600 years ago, that would likely be very much something they know. There is a queen of Cyr-Ang-Dun, Heliag Stormstone. I remember Queen of the Crystal Caverns.
Yes.
Yes.
I believe so.
I wonder perhaps if it might be better coming from Kamea than from us. Asking Kamea to let her know that, my sense is that we should update Kamea of what is in here anyway, for her interest as Nissa as well, but potentially coming from, the Queen of Wulfrene, from one queen to another, that might be a better conversation than an adventuring party to have. I think it's a very good idea, perhaps the dwarves of Cyr-Ang-Dun, but we also don't know the history between Cyr-Ang-Dun and Cyr-Ang-Dun this far. Perhaps it is adversarial.
I love it. Diplomacy. Yes. Let's check out that tunnel and see if there's anything to report to Kamea.
The corridor. Right? Yes.
All right. So you head back out through the printing floor, and you see that it's kind of more or less how you left it. But you can see the tunnel over to the Ironspine Corridor is quite large, and you can see there is some dead kobolds near the entrance, and then it kind of continues on sort of around the corner.
So sort of like a big cave mouth or big tunnel mouth, dead kobolds, and the promise of more tunnel. Yeah,
and there does look to be like potentially some blood on the floor continuing down the Ironspine Corridor hallway.
All right. Well, I'm gonna check for anything that might kill us.
Okay.
Guidance to you.
Love that. No, it's like a 14.
14.
15. 15. Yeah.
No, doesn't look to be trapped or anything. It's pretty open as you head through. So you guys all head together as one group.
Mm-hmm. Assume so.
All right. So as you're walking as you start to move through, you hear Clack kind of climb over the kobolds, and you hear almost like a pop, and he goes, "Oh no!" I need everyone to make a con save, please.
Can I hear Clack say "Oh no" again?
Oh no!
I want that as a ringtone.
I want that as my text tone.
Yeah.
Who's close to Callie?
All of us.
All of us. You're all clumped up.
Is this
it's
poison,
on.
Tim?
No, it's thunder damage.
Thunder damage.
Thunder.
Da, 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 da.
It's a rough roll to start the night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Above 18.
What about 18?
18 and above. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so everyone above 18 and above will take half. Everyone below will take 24 points of thunder damage.
Oh, we hate it.
As you are pushed back 10 feet as this massive thunder wave just as the dead kobolds just fly through the air.
Sorry, how much damage you said?
24 points.
24. Copy that.
Thunder damage.
Succeeded.
Ooh,
As
reminder
this-
to everyone to update your D&D Beyond. We've had some
As it,
requests for that.
Cracks through the whole cavernous space. It just echoes through. It's hard to hear. You see some dust kind of falls from the ceiling.
Does it look like?
Ow.
Do these kobolds look like they were killed in a similar way?
Well, they were dead. Like they were already dead, and they'd just been blown apart by this thing. Like they looked like they had been cut up, like a skirmish of some kind.
Oh, I'm gonna go over to Clack. You okay? What happened? You step on something?
Yeah, there was something underneath, and you can see on the floor. There's the arcane rune is slowly fading away.
Fucking runes.
I'm sorry, I didn't see it. I didn't think anyone was there.
I didn't see it.
Does anyone look quite not great other than me?
What would you define as quite not great?
Getting from your
Like,
ears.
is anyone just non-functional at the moment? How are we doing?
Kokanee,
About. Go ahead.
Kokanee's below half of how good he could be.
Okay.
Yana is the same.
Okay.
Yeah,
Looking pretty bloody.
Callie looks like she's doing just under 50%.
Fennon's fine.
I'm gonna go over to Yana, and I'm going to put a 4th level cure wounds into her.
Thanks.
You're welcome. 10, 15 plus 5, 20 points of healing to you, my dear.
Thank you. I imagine
welcome.
that's just like a kiss on the forehead.
Yes.
Ooh. So you can see as you kind of get up and dust yourself off, you can see the trail of blood continues down the corridor.
A trail of blood.
Does it look like someone was bleeding and dragging part of themselves down
Somewhat. Yeah, it looks like kind of a smear. It looks like drops and some smears. It looks like something was bloody and heading down this hallway.
Blood still wet or dry? Blood?
It's dry now. Yeah.
Can anyone tell how dry this blood is? How fresh?
I can take a look.
That's not my specialty.
That is
How dry
my
is blood?
specialty.
How dry is blood?
How dry this blood?
I'd say that Neppy probably would have a sense of
How dry this blood is?
Of dryness? I
I'm
think
gonna
if
cast
anybody's,
guidance on myself.
I think
It's
if
a
anybody's
little-
an expert of moisture levels, it's probably Clack.
Yeah.
I meant it in how long has this blood been here? That's. I want some CSI shit.
Plus
Judging by the bugs. and
26.
26. It looks like it's probably around the same time as a lot of the other bodies that are here.
Oh, fresh. I mean, not fresh.
A couple weeks.
A couple weeks old. But it could, whatever this was, could still be alive down that tunnel. There's not that this place has been totally cleared out. So,
How do we feel about single file walking where the blood droplets are? You know what I
We're
mean?
following the blood trail.
this is the last tunnel for
'Cause
us to
We're
look
going
down.
this way, right?
Okay. So you head down, and for the first
More trap checking.
Yeah,
Guidance.
more trap
Yeah.
checking.
Guidance.
Mhm.
Both of you.
Beamer. Yeah, that'll be an 18.
18? Okay.
Merger.
14 for me.
Okay. It doesn't appear to be trapped. It's a fairly large, kind of open chamber. After about 60 feet, you can see carved into the each side of the wall, there appears to be storefronts, long abandoned. You can see most of them look totally empty, but you can kind of see inside a number of them, kind of overturned items and things like that, like chairs and tables and desks and things like that. As you walk along, and there seems to be storefronts that continue on for a little while anyways.
This was a major trading tunnel, or I could suppose, or passage between Cyr-Ang-Dun and Cyr-Ang-Dun. I guess it makes sense that there would be merchants set up here.
Does the blood just keep going sort of straight down? The main
Blood
alley?
stays down the center. Yeah.
I'd say unless anyone has anything they're looking for specifically in the shops, we just keep on keeping on. All right.
I think that's a good idea.
All right. So you continue on. You press ahead, and after about another 60, 70 feet or so, you can see the storefronts end, and you can see there is a number of overturned carts, and it looks like in the distance, maybe about 50 feet ahead, there seems to be a large stone that takes up the entirety of the cavern.
Overturned
Ooh.
carts, big stone wall.
Yep.
Is there any way I can ascertain how this stone got here? Like,
You can see from this distance, you can see there is dwarvish carved into it.
well, let's get
What does
closer
it
to
say?
that.
Yeah. Do you head up any closer? Or you're just staying where you
Yeah,
are.
I'll do it. I don't give a shit. Let's go.
Okay. So as you head ahead, as you get kind of near one of the carts, you see kind of a flash out of the corner of your eye. I need you to make I need actually everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Against magic, Tim?
Yes, it is magic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would
nice.
Kelly know about what time it is in Wolverine?
Nice.
Yeah, it's about the same time.
It's about the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. And what time is
They're
it
about
now?
in the same.
It's like
pretty close.
midnight.
Maybe
It's like
you're
just
maybe
past
an
midnight.
hour ahead.
It's just past midnight because Kokanee didn't grow a beard at midnight.
Right.
Yeah, you're at most an hour ahead.
Okay.
What was everybody's? Who was above 17 and above? Anyone below? Okay. So Kokanee, you hear a voice in your head, and Clack also. You hear a voice in your head telling you to drop your weapon and lay down on the ground, and you instinctually just you put your weapon down on the ground, and you see Kokanee and Clack. You can hear his rod fall to the ground as he just lies down on the ground, face down.
Can I hear where it came from?
You can tell as the arcane symbol is kind of fading on the cart. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
I just rolled
Oh.
2 19s in a row.
Peeny weeny.
Well, that's nice. So far, I've rolled a 6,
for
a
you.
4, and a 3.
Oh no!
I'm pretty even spread. I
Yep,
rolled
yep.
a 2, a 9, and an 18.
Yeah, I've been the first couple rolls were not great, and these ones are about middling. So
Guys, the secret is just cook your dice so that they roll better, obviously.
Yeah,
Right.
gotta
Being a
saute 'em.
jerk today.
Also, if you
Nish,
cook your
don't be a
dice, they do
jerk.
taste better.
They do.
if you're gonna eat your dice,
And they're more nutritionally
wouldn't.
valuable.
Why wouldn't you eat your dice? Like,
I prefer to steam mine. It keeps all the vitamins in, rather than when you boil them, it just leaches all the vitamins out.
I like to cold press my dice and then drink them.
I like to slow cook mine, marinate them for a night, slow cook them for 12 hours, you know.
Put it
I'm
in
a big
like
fan
a
of a dry
smokehouse.
rub. Gotta dry rub your dice.
All right. 25 to 20.
I got
22.
20.
20. 20. Okay. 20 to 15.
18
15 for Yana. What's your dexterity mod?
+3.
Can you roll a d20 for me?
15.
It's okay. 15 to 10.
12. Did my initiative beat Kokanee's?
And
Bad it
letters.
7.
Oh
7.
my gosh.
And Kokanee's
With an
was 8. All right. All right. Finnan, you are up first. With your passive perception, you can see there appears to be a figure kind of crouched behind the corner of the cart to your right, kind of about 15 feet to your diagonal. You can just kind of see its toes. They look kind of like claws almost, kind of peeking out from the bottom. But that's all you can see at the moment.
Okay. I'm going to look over at Kokanee and be like, it's not the time to lie down. And I'm going to walk over to where I can see the body and try to get a better view of them.
Okay. You kind of come around and you can see a fairly large, a little bit taller than you, broad, kind of draconic-like creature, but its face has almost been pulled forward and like its cheeks pulled back. You can see rows of teeth and large kind of wings around its body, and you can see its ribs kind of pulled back and almost extend from its chest. Large claws, and it's holding a fairly large sword.
I look back, I go, I killed this one, yeah? Sweet. And I'm going to...
No.
Okay. Roll those attacks.
I'm assuming, okay.
I looked back, saw letters go yes, and then I turned back.
What? Does this mean yes in Wolfreen where you come from?
It sort of looks like kill him, but...
From my perspective, it looked like you went... Because you went like this, so I saw the thumbs up, and then this. So I was like, "Cool, that is go for it, kill him."
All right, my policy of not talking in other people's terms will have to be revisited.
The lowest one is a 20.
Yeah, those all hit.
Oh shit. Near max damage. 28. 43 points of force damage.
Ooh, nice. So yeah, you just lay into it. You can see just like chunks of flesh kind of pull back as it it kind of snarls at you.
You should lie down.
All right, it is Callie's turn.
I go over to Kokanee.
Yep.
Can I help him up?
Yeah, that's your action.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna be like, we should probably get off the floor.
Oh yeah, thanks.
And can I pick up and hand him his weapon?
Yeah, he can pick it up on his turn. It's a free action to pick up your weapon. Okay, that's your turn. All right. All right. It is this other creature's turn. I need let me see. And then I need you to make a wisdom save, please.
Is this a spell being cast?
Yes, but you cannot see the caster at the moment.
Well said.
And you are outside of Callie's 10 feet. You would have had to have moved.
Yeah, 22.
22. Yeah, that succeeds. Okay. Yeah, you sort of feel a tickle in your head and nothing.
Lie down.
All right, it is Yana's turn.
I'm gonna move to where I can see it. Probably behind Finnan, if he can see it. And I'm gonna cast Person. So it needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, good call.
That's a 21.
Oh, that succeeds.
Okay.
Jen, you cut out a little bit when you said what you were going to cast. So I heard you say you were going to cast Person. And I was like, that's an awesome spell.
I change it into a person that we can reason with.
Thank you.
I'm a real boy.
I'm just gonna say we're trying this whole new not killing people thing, but we're not very good at it. So you might want to stop attacking us.
Wait, we are?
I don't know.
All right, it is Neppy's turn.
Can I move around to where I can see it?
Mm-hmm, yeah. Come on next to Finn and Yana.
Yeah, I'm also gonna try hold person on it.
Okay.
Is it a
baby?
Is that a Claire's?
You don't know.
I actually don't know.
That's true. It is
I don't
a
know if it
humanoid
counts as a
for that
person.
spell.
Are we having a hold person
I don't-
party? Because I can join that party.
I don't think it's a person.
I think it's just a creature.
We
You
can
guys
still
need
have
a
a hold
person to
person
hold.
party. I do.
Well,
no.
Yeah, it is. No. I mean, it succeeded anyway. It rolled 20, not natural.
Yeah.
Okay, I got more.
All
And I'm
right.
just gonna call out to it. You're surrounded. Just stop what you're doing. Can I see it? Can I speak to it in Draconic?
Yeah, you say that in Draconic.
I do.
Okay. You just see like almost like it's like a gross, weird smile kind of pull back around its mouth as it kind of like cocks its head. It is going to run towards you, Yana.
Excuse you.
And it's going to make 2 attacks.
It'd have to run past me. Do I get an attack of opportunity?
She's standing next to you.
Didn't she say she's standing behind me?
Standing behind him.
Yeah, but he can still stand next to you.
Oh,
and
like,
attack
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a 19 to hit for the first one.
Yeah.
And a 25 for the second one.
Yeah.
Right, so that's 4 points of slashing damage for the first attack. And then it comes down with its bite. And that is 11 points of piercing damage.
Did it
Or,
get
sorry, with its claw. So it slashes and then it slashes with the claw. You then you hear this kind of as you see rocks next to you kind of fall as 2 more land on the ground behind you. They are going to also attack Yana.
Okay. Well,
all right.
Callie's gonna fucking kill him.
So the first one is that's a 17 to hit.
I'm gonna shield that one.
Okay, so you put up a shield. And the second attack is a 21.
That one's gonna hit.
Okay. So that's with the claw. You take another 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then the third one is also going to attack you.
So rude.
That is a 24 for the sword.
Yes, Tim.
And a 19 for the claw.
Why are you even telling me at this point? They hit.
I don't know what your AC is.
It's like 16.
With
now?
shield?
You still have the shield up, don't you?
I can only use it. Oh,
Shield lasts
No,
the
no,
whole
the
round.
shield lasts the whole round until your next
Oh.
turn.
Yeah, shield's the
Then-
bomb.
Then the 21 didn't hit from before.
So none of them hit then.
Yeah, none of them hit. So
Okay.
what
There's
what
a-
was the damage I just took?
You didn't take any damage then.
There
Well,
was
no,
a-
because
No,
there was
no,
one that
but,
was
like,
24.
I've
Okay,
already
then-
written it in D&D Beyond. So what was the damage I just took before I put shield up?
That was, I think it was 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Or 7 points of slashing damage.
7. That sounds right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
shields
Yeah,
not
so
diggity.
none of them hit. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know that. I don't use it very often because I don't get close to things.
Okay. All right. It is Kokanee turn. So you can see 3 of these creatures all around Yana.
Yeah, okay, super cool. I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians at 5th level, and then I'm gonna go stand beside Yana.
There isn't any room next to Yana between these 3 creatures and Finnan. You're not gonna be able to stand right next to her.
I'd also be like,
Well, I'm gonna stand pretty close to
You
them.
can kind of get up and melee with 2 of them.
Sure.
Yep.
And I'll make one more attack on them. Just with my sword, that'll be a 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yeehaw.
There's 4 of them, Tim, or 3?
3.
Great.
Which one are you attacking? There, you could hit the one that's already been damaged.
Sure, the one that's already been damaged. We're gonna do that'll be 11 points of damage.
Make sure you separate out cold for me.
Just
Fire and poison.
nope, none of those.
Cool.
Slashing, radiant. That's all.
All right. It is Letter's turn.
All right. Oldie but a goodie. Hate them picking on my wizard friend. We're gonna try to cast some fucking big punch thing. What is that one called? The Steel Wind Strike.
Oh.
Gonna make an attack on the first one that we saw the first boy. Fuck me. No. Do better. Plus 9. 15.
15 hits.
Fuck. These
Yeah,
guys
their AC
suck.
is not terribly high.
All right. 17. 24. Nice. That's going to be great.
24 to 24.
24 to
damage?
hit. No,
24
24
hits. Yeah.
So that's all 3 of them. I would love for the first one to make a strength saving throw as I hit him with my horns all hard and stuff.
Okay. That is
believe-
a 20, not natural. Oh no, 23.
Ooh, that'll do it.
Roll the damage because
First fell is going to take 37 points of damage as I put a little zhuzh on it from my brain. Second is going to take 22 damage. And the third one is going to take a cool 32 points of damage unzhuzhed. And I'm going to point
the
to the
one on the right is toast.
Oh, great. And I'm going to shout to Clack. I'm going to say, hit him with the iron bands. The ball, the Bolaro. Get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get him.
Yay,
Right.
clack.
Do you point at one specifically?
Well, I was going to point at the one, but I guess he's dead. So I go, that one. So the
Okay.
second one I hit.
All right, so he's going to roll an attack.
Uh-huh.
We ranged attack, so he'll add his dexterity.
Go, clack,
That's somewhere
go.
here. That's pretty good. Yeah, you
Nice.
rolled a natural 15. So yeah, you see him like pull out of the bag. He's like, ah! As you see, and wrap around the one of the creatures as it just kind of freezes up and falls onto the ground.
Sweet. Nice.
The other one is going to take a reaction. He's going to use his vicious reprisal, and he's going to attack you, Kokanee. That's a natural 20.
Am I within 30 feet of them?
You are.
It is not a
I
natural
guess
20.
it's not then. I just don't understand how you would know that it's a natural 20. That's what I don't like about that mechanic.
That looks like
is
it's
that,
gonna
like,
be real good.
how do you
I look like that it's
know
gonna
that
kill
gonna
him
be-
real good.
It's
I
just
like
a
to
bit
think.
meta for me. I don't.
No, think about it. Think about it, Tim. With my knowledge of
Mm,
what it would take to kill people. Being a grave cleric, I can anticipate when it's going to be a particularly brutal hit, and I say no.
Yeah, I feel like it's her seeing it
Not in
going
my
towards his like
house.
jugular and her being like, divine power, stop! And it like swerves a little bit.
I think
Okay.
it's that every character when they crit yells "crit incoming" right before they do it.
It's
Yeah.
crit time, baby! Yeah, it's
all right, so-
canonical. It has to happen.
Kokanee,
And
you
she-
take 6 points of piercing damage and 5 points of cold damage.
Ooh, love it.
All right. It is back to the top of the order. It's Finn's turn.
I'm going to grab the face of the non-Balaroed one and say, I said, stop it! And he's gonna need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is the non-Balaroed one.
Yeah, the non-restrained one.
That's an 18.
Oh, that just saves. Fuck! Damn it!
And just
Ugh.
its teeth kind of extend towards you.
I'm just gonna shake its face and be like, attack me then!
All right. It is Callie's turn.
Okay. Callie wasn't gonna hurt them, but she was like over by Kokanee and she saw this. She's like, okay. She's gonna like take out her
Rude.
sword. And can I get? There's one alive, two alive,
One.
one.
Well, two
Two
alive.
alive,
One is
one in a
Balaroed.
cage.
One is in a cage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the one that's alive. Can I hit it? Can I get in melee?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Can hit it with my sword? Yes.
Here we go. So Callie's gonna run over. She's gonna hit it.
Get it, Mama.
That's a 26 and a 22.
Those hit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that is. And okay, so what spell slots do I have left? Not too many. Okay. And I have to separate what damage?
I don't think you deal cold damage.
Mm-mm.
Cold, fire, and poison, which I don't
Okay, no.
think he does.
4, 5, 6, 6, 8.
Just a plethora. Do you need some d8s?
I'm actually gonna use a dice roller.
You can
We
borrow
got
some
some
of mine.
d8s though if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah, here.
I can imagine the bit because I can't see the screen. I can't actually see you guys. So I am imagining that the bit is very, very good.
I'm ignoring your bit.
I just can't see it. I just can't see the bit.
Therefore,
So-
it does not exist.
You know, you said it, not me. 34. Fuck. For both hits, 68 points of damage.
Oh, jeez.
That does it though.
And there's one left.
There's one left in the iron
Okay.
bands of Bolaro. Yeah.
So it's in a cage.
It's
Yep.
essentially covered in iron bands. Yeah.
So in theory, it can't touch Yana.
No, it's restrained. It's heavily restrained.
I feel like for what Callie would have done is she would have run over. Oh no, she can't. She's out of.
Movement,
She can't cast Shield of Faith.
Yeah. Okay.
that's
So yeah, you just cleave the other one in two. All right. It is the next creature's turn.
I don't like the way Tim's saying next creature. I really don't. I just like to point it out.
Yeah.
So you
no.
see two things happen.
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh,
You see
gosh.
Clack stand up and grab the wand of wonder. Or the
Don't
rod
do
of
it, buddy.
wonder.
Uh,
Do it.
And-
sorry, he has to make a wisdom save first at the start of his turn for spirit guardians.
Which one? The one on the ground?
Any of them.
How big is that?
15-foot radius.
Yeah, no, it's back. The
Oh,
other
okay.
one is yeah, it drops down from the ceiling.
Mm.
You see it land on the ground by
Gotcha.
behind the other
Cool.
cart as it walks towards, like Clack walks towards it, and kind of stands as he, like, you see a large greenish draconic creature as it just puts its hand down on Clack's shoulder, and you can see Clack kind of holding his rod towards all of you. And he calls out in Draconic, "Wait." That's his turn.
Who else understands Draconic other than me?
E.
I look to letters.
Yeah.
We have to pause.
Yeah.
We listen. Yes.
Let's talk.
Okay. So you want to drop out of initiative? Okay.
Hey. I feel
Hello?
like we got off to a bad start.
I would like to cast Misdirect.
Okay.
And I'll drop concentration on Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
So it doesn't
So-
murder that guy in the iron bands while we're chatting.
Fake Finnan walks with the group.
Hey. Sorry about that. I think this is a bit of a misunderstanding. We're all pretty quick on the draw here. We're Blackwater. My name's Letters Blackwater. It was named that first.
I am
It's not
Nepentha.
named after me. I realize there's an overlap of branding here that I didn't anticipate. That's not important to Sorry, this is Neppy. Neppy also speaks Draconic. You go ahead, Neppy.
Hello. You seem to have our friend next to you, and we have your friend over here.
Yes,
What is it you want?
I wish to leave this place.
Where do you wish to go?
I wish to return to the Hells.
Which circle?
Avernus.
Who brought you here?
I brought myself in search of my queen.
Tiamat.
Yes.
Have you found her yet?
No, but I fear the worst.
Sir, I am very sorry to inform you that your queen has been vanquished, not by us.
Very well.
Are you able to plane shift out of here?
No, I have tried.
What's stopping you?
I believe it is that.
And he points towards the large stone behind you.
Preventing any sort of travel?
Yes.
I have a question. Does Clack look like charmed currently?
Mhm.
So he's looks like he's dominated like how Letters and Callie have been in the past? Yeah.
You assume so. You
No,
also
yeah.
notice Finnan, as you start to walk away, you notice with your passive perception his eyes kind of flickered in that direction, and then kept on with the group.
Tim,
Mhm.
is Callie able to just, as I assume we're all standing as a group,
Mhm.
am I able to just put my hand on Yana's shoulder, and give her, like, heal her?
Yep, of course.
Okay. As we're just standing there, Callie's just gonna put her hand on her shoulder, Yana's shoulder. And I'm gonna give you 15 points.
Hey, I've got an idea. Stop me if I'm misunderstanding how you and your people work, but I was told that if one from the Hells is killed, they return to the Hells. That one is only permanently dead if killed within the Hells. If you want to go back and you can't plane shift, I mean, we can do it pretty quick. If that's
To my understanding, as not to mean any sort of insult, sir, my understanding is that you are demoted and punished if that occurs.
Yes, precisely, and it is rather painful.
oh, okay.
Sir, we are here. My sense is that your group and our group have quite a bit more in common than you might think.
How so?
You were called here to find something, to protect something.
So will we. Those things just tend to be different. Now, I am very sorry that your friend there was killed. But
He was a fool for being spotted in the first place.
I can imagine he will be punished for that upon his return home.
Of course.
If we are to return your friend, you return our friend.
Of course.
We help you figure out how to get out of here, and you go home and do not return.
Delightful.
I get
Now-
the sense that you can see my invisibility, right? You can see through
I'm
my
not sure.
invisibility.
But he definitely, something kind of ticked.
Hey, what's your name? I just letters. What do we call you?
You may call me Varek.
Varek. It seems like you guys have been here for at least a little while. I imagine trying to figure out what's keeping you from getting out with this rock. I'm a bit of a arcane specialist myself. What have you come up with so far? I mean, maybe we can pool our resources, figure this thing out, crack this nut.
I believe it is some kind of forbidden spell.
Forbidden to who? To you or to us?
Forbiddance.
Oh, forbidden.
I am familiar with that spell.
Yes, but it seems to have been amplified in some way. It extends quite a ways, I believe.
I wonder, perhaps, you were called here by Erkin. Were you not?
In a way, yes. We were called here by Tiamat herself. And then when we arrived, we were ambushed.
The forbidden spell tends to remove the ability to plane shift for certain kinds of creatures from the hells specifically, or celestials, or abyssal creatures like that. It is usually only supposed to last 24 hours, but this one you say has been lasting for weeks.
I have not been able to leave in over a fortnight.
I see. Do you mind if I take a look at the runes? Perhaps I am...
Very well.
My magic is divine, not arcane, so I may...
Illusion Finnan's going to say, as a gesture of good faith, why not you drop the spell on our friend?
He kind of looks over at you where Finnan is standing. As a sign of good faith, I would advise you not try to trick me.
It's worth a try. I walk back to my illusion. I don't stop being invisible. I just stand next to my illusion, invisible.
And he kind of like, you can see he holds a pretty firm hand on Clack, but you can see Clack kind of shakes his head a little bit.
The funny thing is, Clack's the only one who can disarm the iron bands, because he speaks it's his bands. Clack, you want to let this guy out?
Oh yeah.
I think we let him out when
he says it as they're like they come open.
I put my invisible foot on his chest, and I say, "Oh, no! As long as you guys would see that, you would just see him like jostle on the ground. As long as you've got your hand on ours, I'll keep my foot on yours."
I see no issue with that.
It's fair.
Pardon me. I'm going to walk past and I'm going to take a look at Kokanee. Would you be able to come read this for me,
Absolutely.
please?
I have a question about when you said when Clack said firebrand. Do you guys still wear the masks? Did those pop up on your face?
No, I don't know about Clack. His fit better than mine did.
It did, yeah. It did appear on his face.
I feel like I missed something. What? When did
These letters had masks for ages.
Yeah.
That's deep lore. We got him from
Deep
the
lore.
first time that I met Adonis.
All right, so you see
They were
on
shitty.
the door, Kokanee, you can read. In Dwarvish, it says, By order of the Queen Eldra Ironspine, none shall leave the hearth of Cyr. Any trade-related matter must be brought up with the Office of External Affairs. In this trying time, Cyr will provide, Ironspine will protect. And then there is a large symbol of a shield with a mountain ridge at its center.
Hey, if you can't get out because of this spell, how did you get in with this spell?
I don't know.
Fuck.
Perhaps they were able to dispel the magic for a time to allow us a window. They knew we were coming. Task is very clever.
Sir, perhaps you, with our parley arrangement that we have here, we are very curious about Task's operation here. We have had some dealings with Erkin ourselves. I can imagine to different but not dissimilar ends to you. Would you be able to, perhaps we can, do you wish Task overthrown or unseated? What is your relationship
I
to
wish
Task?
Task to be killed.
As a act of revenge against your goddess?
Yes, and he was in open rebellion for some time against her. His machinations were not unknown to her.
And what was her stance on them?
She wanted to put him down. Task is her son.
Oh.
Yes, but she fell victim to her own greed when he amassed a treasure hoard even she couldn't resist.
He has been working at this for some time.
Yes.
With quite the puppet master in Erkin.
Yes, he is a wily one.
You know of his true form?
Yes, of course. He has been exiled from the Hells for some time.
Ah.
Listen, we don't like Task. You hate Task. I've got a real beef with Erkin. I think that guy's a real proper shithead. Seems like we've got a lot to agree about. Why don't you release our friend? I'll take my foot away. We do a little trade. Seems we're all on even playing field here.
From where I'm standing, there are 6 of you, and only 1.5 of me.
Make a trade. You want to put your hand on my shoulder? I'll be the prisoner or whatever. He's important to me. So.
And again, he kind of cocks his head. He goes, I don't believe I can kill you with one blow.
You'd be surprised how hard he is to kill with one blow. Let me sweeten the deal. I'm tapped out of spell slots. I'm a pretty inadequate wizard at this moment. Like, how do you feel about that?
I'm afraid I'm rather comfortable with this arrangement.
What if I come over to him so at least then he's got somebody in his corner?
Perhaps.
Can I hold his hand?
Yana?
This is a question for Tim.
Mm.
If I'm holding an action for a spell, does he see that I'm beginning to cast a spell?
Yes.
Perhaps we all just wait a moment. What was his name? Sorry, Tim.
Varek.
Varek here has a hand on Clack's shoulder. Clack is of his own volition. Your friend, Varek? What is his name?
His name is Gulek.
Gulek, there. Finnan has a foot on his chest. Perhaps we all just pause a moment and we do not... Clack, do you feel all right there, standing there with seeing us?
Yes. Yeah, I'll be okay. And he kind of is clutching the rod.
Varek, I can understand how important Gulek may be to you, and that person you have right there is important to us. So I am going to look at this door and do everything I can to see if I can discern how to get you home.
Perfect. I can give you assurances no harm will come to the small one, as long as no harm comes to me.
And from what I understand, the Circle of Hells when you make a deal and a bargain, that bargain is a sure thing.
He kind of nods his head and smiles.
So the
Right.
bargain is no harm.
I want specifics.
Yeah, I
You
need.
said
I need.
small one.
Oh, my mistake. This small one.
His
And he
name
looks
is-
down at Clack.
Good. Does that sound all right to everyone while I take a look here?
I just have a question. Like, that deal didn't really seem to concern. I'm not going to kill him because that'd be kind of fucked up. But like, you don't seem overly concerned about your friend, or this guy, because I don't know if he really is your friend.
I'm simply just trying to look at the door. Can we just have a moment where I look at the door?
No, of course. I'm just curious as to like their relationship.
I'm not particularly concerned about his life, if that's what you're asking.
I look down at the guy. I go. I turn visible. I go. That's a rough deal.
And
He's gonna go.
okay, I'm gonna go and see if I can get a sense of like, because Forbiddance is a divine spell.
Not divine magic. Nope.
Oh, it's
It
not.
is no, it's not. It's a different kind of magic.
Wait.
Recheck. Can Callie understand what's happening here? Is this interchronic?
It's all
or is it-
interchronic. Yeah.
Okay, so
It's
Callie's
all
just fucking. Callie's.
Does Adam speak? So does Finn
What?
speak Draconic?
No,
It's
I
all
don't think
draconic.
so.
what's
It's all in
happening right now.
draconic.
It's doing it in Draconic. I thought that was
Yes.
it was common.
It's all been
No.
in
No,
draconic.
because
Draconic.
I said stuff to him about the dude on the ground, and he responded to me.
Okay, he speaks.
So,
Common as
like-
well.
It is a cleric spell. But
Right. It's
it is not-
abjuration magic. Okay.
To clarify, because when I said drop the spell in common, he responded in common.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So he
Okay,
can speak
cool.
common. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
I'd like to add a caveat to the deal. You don't take him with you. You release him upon us solving your little problem.
Take him where? To hell?
Yeah. You release. I want to hear you say, I will release Clack upon me being able to leave.
I will release Clack upon me being able to leave.
Safely. Not like 50 feet in the air.
As long as my safety is assured as well upon my exit.
Of course.
Let me hear you say it.
Your safety is assured as long as you release Clack upon your ability to do so.
Very well.
So very powerful magic to, can I like cast this spell?
You try. Certainly
Can
try.
I take a look at it? I just want to see if I can get a sense of like if I could do anything
Okay.
with this spell.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay, I'm gonna cast guidance on myself for that. Okay. Yeah, because it's a cleric spell, but it's abjuration magic. All right. Oh, hey, we like that. Arcana, not my best. 21.
21. You can see there is like almost like a faint aura of magic upon the entire stone. It seems to be emanating from the stone itself. You don't see any. It's odd because you don't see any glyphs or anything like that on the stone itself, like on the face of the stone. So you're not exactly sure where the spell itself is emanating from.
Okay. Can I walk?
It does seem to be like kind of spread across the stone.
Right, because Forbiddance itself is like 40,000 square feet.
Mhm.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's 40. You create a ward against magical travel that protects up to 40,000 square feet of floor space to the height of 30 feet above the floor. How tall is this cavern?
It's probably about 60 feet high.
30 feet off the floor.
It,
Interesting.
it must be bigger than
Yes.
40,000 feet, because that would be like 40 by 1,000. That would be
This is, yeah, it's a powerful version of Forbiddance.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, because it's also permanent, so we can
Yeah.
assume that it's
Mhm.
like some big badass
permanent
version
and
of it.
everywhere.
Yeah, if you cast Forbiddance every day for 30 days in the same location. The spell lasts until it is dispelled, and the material components are consumed upon the last casting. So, for those of you who can dispel magic, are you able to do that?
Yes.
Right. It will take. This is a upper level spell. It is a 6th level spell. Callie, are you able to cast spells at 6th level? No. You can attempt to dispel it. Do you have, if it will likely require some mental fortitude or acumen, and I cannot guarantee that there will not be something that tries to kick back at you if you try and dispel it.
We can't leave until it's dispelled, right?
We cannot plane shift. It is interplanar travel.
You cannot teleport.
Oh, it's teleport. Oh, teleport into the area and prevents way of accessing travel. Yes, so no, we cannot. We did not get here technically by teleportation. Just a mage
I'll do
tunnel.
it then. Yeah.
I cast guidance on Callie.
I'm going to cast resistance on Callie, and I'm going to stand right next to her while she does it. I would recommend the rest of you backing up. Oh, ways, just in case.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to cast the spell magic?
Yeah. Upcast? Callie
Before
would like look
we-
at letters and be like, upcast
Just
it?
before you do it, have you tried dispelling magic? Our
It
friend.
is not something I'm able to do.
Embarrassing.
Can I insight check him on that?
And no, Kelly, don't upcast. If you can't
25.
get it at the level you cast.
Seems like he's telling the truth as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Do you want to?
do it?
Right.
Pardon, Yana?
I can still cast dispel magic at that level.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yana, how are you feeling at the moment? Just, is she like bloody and bruised? I'm just like,
She's a bit better than she was when she started this fight. Or
okay.
before you healed her. Before we started this fight.
Okay, I'm gonna put a 6th level cure wounds into Yana. 2, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, that's good. 7, 14, 21, 28. Holy crap. 31, 36. 36.
You could have stopped a while ago. We're good.
I gotta ask
That's
before
as
we
high
do
as
this.
she goes.
Neppy, is this gonna permanently turn this rock off? Do you know?
Yes. I don't know if we want to do that.
I feel like in terms of keeping that thing that we want to keep safe, this could actually be pretty useful to us.
I also
Go ahead, Finnan.
sorry. I'll also point out that Erkin had no problem leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Erkin is a special case. Yeah, you're
No,
right.
I know.
Yeah,
I just like if we're worried about him coming and going. I don't know if this rock is even really preventing that.
Yeah, that's right. I guess we're not too worried about the Tiamat folk.
Also, I don't think, so, Varric, you don't want to be here, do you?
No.
Do you have any desire to come back?
No.
Can I insight check him on that?
Sure.
27.
Yeah, seems like he's telling the truth. You can see like there are somewhat healed, but he is covered in scars as well. Seems like he hates this place.
It's his earth elemental plane. Aw.
Yeah, pretty
Get
much.
it.
This also, I will say, prevents us from leaving by magical means.
Yeah.
We would have to walk out, wherever out is.
Let's do it. It's the simplest thing right now. Let her rip, Yana. You got this.
Guidance on Yana.
Resistance.
You see for the first time, Yana does not untense at all, but she's been like as furiously calm as you've seen her and like staring at Clack the whole time. And she would like not taking her eyes away, go to the person nearest to her and say, "Don't take your fucking eyes off of him." I don't know who that is. Who's nearest to me?
It's probably Callie.
Callie.
Well, I would have walked over
Finnan.
to where Nippy
Right.
is with the rock.
Your hand goes through
Okay.
the mirage of Finnan.
I got.
I don't
I
know
got shit.
who's here. Oh, it's not
Yeah.
Finnan anymore because he moved. Yeah,
Maybe it's
don't.
Two Finnans.
Yeah.
Fake Finnan might be the closest one.
Whoever it is. Okay. And then she would go and cast it.
Varek, you have the ability to plane shift.
Yes.
All right. Back to your home plane, I'm assuming.
Yes.
All right. Well, if this works, which we hope it does, I can assume you will be wishing to make a hasty departure.
Yes.
All right.
Do you want your guy now? Like, so you can trade
He
the guy, so you
can-
can take the guy back with you?
He can leave as well. He has the ability to plane shift.
Oh.
Seeing as you're seeing us like do all the steps, can we do the trade now on good faith?
No.
Okay. Not very trusting for a fiend, are you?
Absolutely not.
Is that your preferred
I have a-
term?
How
fiend?
does how's Callie doing as an Asmar right now in a room with two fiends?
I don't know. How are you doing? The last time you saw any devils was hurtling through a layer of hell.
Baron von Krav?
Mm-hmm.
Also Velsum.
He's abyss. That was the abyss, not the
Oh,
hell.
sorry. Halibus. Excuse me.
Please.
okay.
Compare me to those filth.
Sicken me.
Right. If you'd allow it, I feel like could
Mhm.
like Callie's back just be like crackling with like a little bit of lightning, just like that's like where her wings come out. She's just like having a hard time holding it together.
Yeah,
I guess.
absolutely.
Okay. You said it was a 6th level,
Uh,
Happy?
It is, yes.
Forbiddance is a 6th level spell.
Yes.
Okay.
Yana,
Do I have to meet that or?
You don't know what level it's been cast at.
Yeah.
I see. I'm
My
gonna
sense is
cast it the highest I can then.
Which
Um,
is
7th.
7th. Okay.
I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on Yana. Yep, I'm gonna do that. And I am going to stand between the wall and Yana. Like literally she's gonna be behind me, essentially.
That'll make resistance drop.
Oh yeah. Okay, then we'll have resistance instead.
Can I upcast Shield of Faith?
No.
No. Oh, she's already got Shield of Faith on her, so I won't do
Oh,
that.
okay.
She's got resistance on her then.
Callie's not gonna move. She's gonna stay 10 feet.
Okay. I cast spell magic at 7th level.
Okay. So you see, as you cast it at 7th level, you can see like there is sort of a flash of this like kind of clear, kind of whitish energy that kind of pulses out for a second, and you can see it kind of pull back somewhat as you can see the like almost like the layer of stone sort of reveals underneath it. So you can see like the magic starts to like pull away, and kind of like you can now see across the like cavern walls that energy kind of appears and seems to pull back somewhat.
It
You're not
doesn't
sure if
look
it's
like
you're not sure if it's
Okay.
fully dispelled, but it does seem to be retreating somewhat.
You may
Go.
not have time, sir. We make our trade, and then you
Very well. And you see he like puts his hand out, and there's kind of like a kind of greenish flame that encompasses it, and then he disappears.
Leaving
Wow.
Clack behind, right?
Yes, he does leave
Yeah.
Clack behind.
Okay.
I look down at the guy and I'm like, all right, dum-dum, off you go. And I take my foot off him.
You can see he kind of like tenses his hands, and like ice kind of flows between them as he disappears.
I didn't like those guys.
No.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
As you're talking, you can see the energy start to flow back up. You can see that like kind of whitish magic start to reseal.
Well done, Yana.
Good job. So here's
She's
my
gonna
issue.
run over. Oh, sorry.
No, I just had a thought that like if we leave this place, if we do that and make it kind of dip a little bit and then we leave, will we ever be able to come back?
We could
I think
probably come back the same way we got in here in the first place.
Nope.
No, that
Yeah.
was a one-time deal.
Oh, was it?
I'm willing to bet we can find a way to dig our way out. We have a magic
Probably.
drill. It might take. We might have to do it the old-fashioned way. But if we could access this via foot, and that means Erkin is still his own problem, and we'll get Nissa on it. But that means that that thing that we're really concerned about, or making sure it stays safe, has the strongest warding magic on the planet protecting it. I don't
point.
hate that this thing exists. We just got to find a workaround.
That's
Yeah.
the power of the Half-Mother. If anyone knows the way out of the mines of Cyr-Ang-Dun, I can imagine it's Megran.
Isn't it just the tunnel? I thought it was just the iron.
This
Spine.
corridor leads to Cyr-Ang-Dun, but I do not. We may not be able to permeate this wall.
What does it say? It's if you want to get out, talk to the Department of External Finance or whatever. Help me out.
External
Toby,
affairs.
External affairs,
Bureaucracy is going to get us out. Like,
right? Let's go to the fucking External Affairs place because they'll probably have a button that can turn it off.
It's not a
Right?
bad idea.
They're
Jen
in that
has-
note. Oh, I'm so sorry. Jen, go ahead. I'll wait after.
While you guys were talking, Yana ran over to Clack to make sure he was okay.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I was ready to shoot him with the rod. I just didn't feel like the sort of right moment. I was so ready.
Are you sure you're okay? She like checks to make sure that all the magical effects are gone.
Yeah, he seems like himself.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
She gives him a hug.
He hugs him back.
I want,
No, you go, please.
and then you finish. Just very quickly, if we're looking for a way out, if the king was smuggling people out of the city, this letter may actually give us some insight of how to get ourselves out. The underport.
Good point.
Where is the underport? We find that. We find the smuggling tunnel to get out of Cyr-Ang-Dun.
Love that.
I knew this letter would come in handy. I've just been trying to figure out how. Finnick, go
Perfect.
ahead.
Letters. Your very cool armor, very good enchantment. I've been
Want
thinking
me to
about
see if
like,
it works?
No, I've been thinking about items that like can help us in certain situations. Like we find ourselves in a lot of situations where like one of us gets taken over. So maybe like a ring of mind shielding for those who are, you know, like Callie. She's very, very powerful. We lose her, we kind of get hurt a lot. And I was thinking about something, maybe like teleportation magic that we can give to Clack. And I'm someone who can get out of a situation quite easily. I have multiple ways to do so. So if we could find an item that's linked to something I have, that allows me to switch places with him, so that never happens again.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not much of an enchanter myself. I've been thinking about dabbling, but I haven't had the time.
Just a thought. Just a thought.
well,
I just like
here.
for the whole group to consider.
Tell you what, when we get back to Wolverine, when we've got the time, because I understand we've got to go to Garlang and give her a shot. I'll talk to Tora. I'd be thrilled to see she hasn't come. You know, she does good work, and it'd be a joy to see her again. Yeah, I'll have you know, my people talk to your people.
I just don't want Clack to be used as a bargaining chip ever again.
Oh please, I don't. That guy was punching above his weight. I don't think you could have killed Clack in one shot. Clack,
No
like,
way, dude. Not
no
a chance.
fucking way.
That guy's nuts if he thought he could take me down in one shot.
You guys understand we were being polite, right? Like, we could have fucking wrecked that guy.
I'm gonna turn to Neppy and I'm gonna put a hand on her shoulder quickly, and I'm just gonna quickly call Kamea. I feel like as she touches you, there's just like a little spark, and like her eyes from when they were in the tomb, when they went like kind of gold, they're just kind of gold again. She's gonna walk out to call Kamea.
Before Callie leaves, Neppy just touches her temple to hers. Go walk back a few steps. Stay within eyesight of this, though.
Yes. So whenever.
All right. Yeah, you call Kamea. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
I hate it down here.
Oh.
I know it's late, right?
Yes, it's quite late. But that's all right. It's fine.
What was the day like today? What was the ocean and the forest? What was it like?
It was clear. The skies were clear. It was crisp, though. A bit cold. I spent most of it in the meeting hall. Just city business and the like. But it was nice. I got a chance to take a walk with Jar down to the harbor and to walk along the Gambit. It was lovely.
The sea breeze.
Yes, it was nice. We were all bundled up, so it was quite cold, but the sun was out.
Oh, I hate being underground.
I can only imagine.
There's the Saracite. There's the king who is here. He's gilded in gold.
Oh my god.
And the queen. There's a whole kingdom down here that there's so much. I don't fully understand it all. But there's just fiends here.
Fiends?
2, 3,
I knew
4?
there was tales of a ruin there, of a dwarven city from long ago, but I didn't know much about it.
It's real. There's a hearth that was used to make the Hand of Io.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's incredible. That's an incredible find.
It has some sort of protection on it. We can't seem to plane shift in or out. We just dispelled the magic to let the fiends plane shift out. It seems like we're gonna have to make our way out.
Are you stuck there?
We're gonna walk out, it seems like. Find a way out. But we can't plane shift out. Not yet.
Very well. Do be careful.
You too.
I miss you.
I miss you too. Jar,
I love you.
I love you so much.
Be safe.
You also.
And perhaps don't linger.
I'm going to try not to.
Good night.
Good night. Callie would come back in. Kind of stand just by the door.
I think I figured it out. If there's a clicker that turns on and off the thing at the, the Bureau of Bureaucracy, Erkin's probably got it. He's been in here. He made it his camp. He's probably got the magic clicker. Worth looking for, but that makes sense to me.
Yep.
Provided a clicker in fact exists.
Well, I think the idea to dig our way out or excavate or find the secret smuggling tunnels out, perhaps through Cyr-Ang-Dun, will be, if this corridor is well and truly sealed off, I say my suggestion is we investigate what we can down here. If there's anything else we need from this place, we rest. We make sure Magrin and Gola are safe. And then we leave. We go back to
Not a bad idea.
Wolfreen. We take a couple days. And then
We're-
we make for Garyang.
We're planning on
Finn.
having a bit of a rest, right?
Tonight, yes. Gosh,
Cool.
yes.
I'm gonna walk over to where the stone pillar is, and I'm gonna try to thunder step back.
So you're
Which is I'm putting space between myself and them, so I don't
Mhm.
hit them with the leaving thunder.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to teleport over to them.
Yeah, you're able to teleport over to them.
Right, good to know. Localized teleportation isn't affected.
Oh, good thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see about those new pants, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yana? We can call you Shiny Pants now? I imagine they'll be shiny because they're lined with mithril.
I don't know. That pants guy's gonna be really upset if they are.
You can just never go. We'll just never go back.
You
to
can
them.
never. I don't know if
Never
you've
go
altered his
back
work. You
there.
can never go back.
I can never go back. That's
So-
okay. He was kind of weird.
Did you want to check anything before you go back to Magrin? Is there any place you wanted to check?
Is there anything we feel like we've missed? We didn't get a sense of a good look at the first time.
I mean, we got all the tunnels.
Well, Letters, do you, me, and Yana want to do kind of a sweep of this room just to see if we missed anything in this room? Because we were kind of preoccupied by that very dickish green dragon boy.
Oh, yeah, let's just take a hot, hour and just go through these shops. Good thinking, Finnan. I want to find some secret passages, and I know there's going to be one or two.
Yeah, I
maybe
reckon
not.
shops are a good place to start looking for,
Merchants.
smuggling tunnels.
We're looking for smuggling tunnels, speakeasies.
I always did like traveling with merchants. They always
Very, very old alcohol. I feel like we could find some really nice dwarven whiskey that's aged very well. I think that should be a priority, quite high on our list.
I'm sold. Let me investigate this area.
Guidance
21.
on one of you.
Guidance.
One for me.
21?
Come on, big money. We're gonna do
I
fucking.
would like to assist. I would like to do the help action for Letters so that you can roll with
Ooh.
advantage.
I love that. Big. 2 5s. I rolled.
So sad.
That
It's
is
like
so
13 for
brutal.
letters.
I'm just
but-
chatting with Letters
Good
too
thing
much
we
that
have
I'm
two
actually
wizards.
I'm just a direct
And
distraction.
you guys are catching up. It's kind of a nice bonding time.
Yeah.
So
I
you
feel like we haven't
two-
had a moment.
We're
to
all
chat
just
for quite a
trying
while.
to emulate. The whole party's trying to emulate one rogue. Is what we're trying to do.
So you two kind of head through the shops. They have been cleared out. Literally, it looks like everything that isn't nailed down has been taken out. There is some broken furniture and things like that, but it looks pretty bare. Yana, you find in one of the shops that you're looking in, you find there is a back room that is somewhat has been kind of blocked off by a bookshelf that's fallen down, but you're small enough you're able to kind of edge your way in, and you find there is kind of a smaller back room that has kind of a raised up bench that's kind of tilted, and it almost looks like a standing desk, and you can see there's a number of tools. Most of them look kind of rusted. Some of them are kind of bent and twisted, but they look like, you would have seen tools like this. They look almost like cartographers' tools. And as you're kind of looking around, you can see there's some kind of faded parchments that are almost disintegrated. But you look kind of under and around the desk and you find one of the stones underneath the desk is slightly discolored.
Does it look like a trap or something that's moved to be a tunnel or a little?
You can make
keepy
an
space?
investigation check.
I'm gonna do that. Roll with this dice. That's a 15.
15. It's difficult to tell. You can see it looks a bit chipped, like the corner has been chipped off a little bit. You don't see anything that jumps out as you, you don't see any magic symbols around. You kind of take a good look around.
Okay.
You don't see anything that looks like a mechanical trap that you can see.
Okay. She's wearing talisman, so she's just gonna yell, "I'm gonna touch something. It's probably fine."
Nice.
And
I trust you.
see if
I
she
would
can
Nephew
come
goes
quite
over.
quickly.
Yeah, Nephew
Good
goes.
luck.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
All
see
right.
if I can try and move it.
Okay. So
Friendly
you kind of
neighborhood clerics coming
you-
over.
you try to pull at it, and you can tell it's not coming out, but you do manage to pull off almost like a chunk, and you realize that this stone is made out of some kind of plaster. As you pull off a chunk, you can see there's like a little space within where the brick would be.
Okay. Can I keep trying to
Yeah.
pull away at it to see what's underneath?
You pull away the rest of the plaster, and you can see inside there is a parchment, a small parchment about this big, kind of resting inside.
Is it evil? Do I think the parchment is evil? I'm gonna open it.
Vibe check? Or you
check.
ready to vibe check?
I'm vibe checking.
Yeah,
it.
you open
vibes.
it and you can see that it is a letter in Dwarvish.
Oh, okay. It's a weird place to put a letter. It was fine. I told you. Okay, I'm coming. I have a letter. And she crawls back out.
To see, you see Neppy and Kogani, you're kind of in the room sort of looking as to where you were hearing the voice, and then you see her kind of crawl underneath. Do you hand the letter to Kogani to read?
Yeah.
Okay. So it says,
I read it.
yeah. My love, I just ask that you trust me. The charge comes from the king, but I've been sworn to secrecy. We found strong evidence on our first expedition, and this time we will be better prepared. If the crystals can do what he says they can do, we will be wealthy beyond our wildest dreams, and we can finally leave this place. The queen is growing more suspicious by the day, and if I do not return within the fortnight, please make your way to Cyr-Ang-Dun with the boy before the queen uses the device to seal the city. I'll have arrangements made for you in with Northall when you get there. R.
Mish.
I bet that device is the magnifier. Boom.
No, I
Shoot
think
a
the
spell
device
through it, it
is
becomes
the thing-
powerful.
No, the activate the device, I think, is the thing that stops to seal the city. It's the thing that stops teleportation.
You think that big rock would be referred to as the device? I'm bet that device is the magnifier that they use to super upcast that spell to the point that it
Maybe.
can't be dispelled at 7th level.
Maybe it could be the case.
If it is a device, I'm not necessarily a woman of science myself, but would it make logical sense that the device must still be here? If it is maintaining magic,
If letters is correct, that could be the case.
I don't know.
I mean, we don't know much about if this is. There may be a device. I reckon it's this magnifier, and I hold the notes that I love. But if it is, we don't know if this is a portable thing or not. I mean, we'll have a look to see what we can. But we could just have a magical magnifying glass. We don't know.
As a group, can we pick one of these buildings at random, or one we feel like in our gut would probably have hidden stuff in it, and I can just do a sweep because it only lasts a minute, so I can't search every building, but we can pick one, and I can
feel
find any hidden.
Can I do a
compartments or
survival
such.
check on that, Tim?
You're trying to do a survival check to see which one you think would have hidden stuff.
Yeah,
Suss it out. I'll suss it out.
which building looks the most tunnely, Tim?
Yeah, which
it's
building
not-
looks like it would have
it's
a
not-
speakeasy underneath it?
That's not really a survival check. That'd be within your investigation checks. None kind of jumped out at you. They all seemed like fairly straightforward shops. Some of them had back rooms that were open and things like that, but none of them jumped out of you to you as something that was concealing, other than the one that Yana found. That was
What is the least conspicuous shop?
One of the first shops that you walked by, it was literally just a storefront. It's like, and it's like short. It's like it's not a. There's no back room. It's like
Too short.
There was just like a bent, like why am I blanking on the word? Like a desk, like a raised desk, that was solid to the ground, and then a little walkway around it.
Like a counter?
Yeah, counter. That's the word. I couldn't think of it.
I love when my brain. I love when
what's behind
brains
it?
just forget like the normal words.
Just a counter. It was just a counter. The whole thing was
A
maybe
regular counter.
like
Was it a counter the
5
whole
feet.
time? It always
That's
was.
the least conspicuous one.
Counters all the way down.
Just a counter.
All right. Do you want me to have a look?
Yeah,
Sure.
my vote is counters and tabletops are us.
Everyone good with that?
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tap tap magic vision, and I look. I look in the shop.
Best
You don't-
somatic verbal components.
You don't detect any magic.
Oh no, not magic vision.
Oh.
Sorry. This
The X-ray vision.
tap tap. Sorry. Oh no, there's nothing magic in here. I used the wrong thing. Tap tap X-ray vision. I realize that I have 2 different types of vision that I have been referring to myself internally as magic vision and also magic vision.
Yeah, you can see. Underneath the counter, there seems to be a small compartment that is not like it's flush with the counter, so it's not visible from the outside. You can see there does seem to be a little compartment, and there looks like there's maybe a book inside.
Can I see like a mechanism to open? Like, do I see any?
Yeah, as you're kind of scanning around, you can see there is like almost like a pressure, like stone near the bottom corner.
Boop.
And you pop it open, and you hear this kind of, and you see this like puff of dust. This like the thing slides out just a little bit, so you're able to kind of pull it open, and you can see a relatively thin book. The cover is pretty faded. It's hard to see what it is.
I found a book.
Sick.
I feel like it's going to be written in Dwarvish. I want to give this to you, letters, because I know how much you like books. Also, Yana, I would love to give it to you as well. If I could have 3 books, I would definitely give it around. But Kokoni, I think you're the most likely to be able to read this.
And Tim, read it. I do.
It is a dwarven smut. It is a
Oh,
smutty,
yes!
smutty book. It is steamy.
Oh.
It's pretty filthy.
Kokoni, why are you blushing and sweating so much all of a sudden?
I think that
Is
we've
it-
read enough of that.
Is
I
that
think
book
we've got-
trapped?
I
Is
think
that
we've
a
got
heat
the
trap?
gist.
What
Are
is
you
it,
okay,
darling?
Kokoni?
What is
You
it?
need
Oh
to
no,
put
no. To be
water on
clear,
you.
I read it aloud for sure. All
Oh.
across the board, always. It's never Tim tells me what the scroll is and then I explain it to you guys. I'm just reading it for everybody else.
Kokoni, why did you stop? Let's get into the good stuff.
Yeah, Kokoni, why'd you stop?
There
Yeah,
might be crucial information for about the history of the city and
hidden within those words might be the secret to the tunnel. Not that sort of tunnel. I'm just gonna. Hey, what's that over there? I'm gonna go look at. That looks interesting, and I'm just gonna walk away from the group.
Also, do people buy books like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Some bookstores have whole sections on them.
Yeah, Kokoni, I'll give you like a gold.
That's fascinating. I never would have imagined that. I mean, I suppose people put everything in text. So
If you can
Fascinating.
think of it, there's probably a book about it.
Sorry,
That's the rule.
you were saying that you wanted this book?
No. I'm just gonna stand over here, 15 feet away from everyone, and just look at this very interesting wall. I think there might have been a mosaic that's been worn down over time. It's fascinating. It's really yeah, this wall.
put it in the bag for later if anyone.
Yeah, that sounds like a very good idea.
I'll just-
what I really enjoyed about the Dwarven Smut was the detail they went into about the intercourse was the exact same level of detail they went into the forging scenes. Both very hot. Like it really has given me an insight into how this society functioned.
I was blown away with the eloquence with which they described beard play.
That was the thing. The bristling really got me. and like
Yeah.
then they incorporated like with the
Yeah,
utensils, the
mhm,
tongs, where it's
yeah.
like, oh, that was.
Oh wow!
And
Look
the
at this other interesting
painting
wall.
scene
a
was
further
so
15 feet
vulnerable
away.
and open. Didn't
The
expect
only-
that.
The only thing I didn't like was how frail and weak the women were in that book.
Yes, needing to be saved
It
by
was
the.
it was weird how much time they spent describing how frail and weak their beards were.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna
Yes.
continue just another 30 feet. I think I see something. It's quite interesting. Oh, just like slowly walking away from the group, further and further down the street. Because
Maybe just
as
quietly
we-
to go ahead.
as we've discussed, Finnan hears everything.
Some
He's
mind
just
flayer
slowly
pops up.
getting away.
Don't understand why Finnan embarrassed. It's perfectly normal.
I mean, I get it.
You do?
I mean, he's a young man.
Yeah.
You're all
Yeah,
talking about,
we had to explain sex to him the other day. You guys
Yeah.
missed that whole thing.
Oh.
Like, I think he knows
No,
what it
I don't- I
is.
think-
but
no,
like,
I
just
think
seems
you'll
like
find-
he didn't
no,
get all the
I-
information.
I think you'll
you
find
know?
that I'm just gonna look at this wall down here. It looks really interesting. I know what
Just because one has done sex doesn't mean they really know sex. You know what
Do
I
we
mean?
have a talk with Finnan sometime? Said something.
Oh, I had the whole talk. I went through everything.
we laid it out pretty
and
clear.
then we went through pet reproduction. We
Mhm.
covered
Fascinating.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
I feel like this
we
would
should
be a
get
wonderful.
it now. I didn't give him a test. So
I think we should take this this book back to Temple Philenis and let it be like, here's how you can learn about the outside world. Acolytes.
Nobody there reads Dwarven.
Well, maybe if they knew they were reading this, they might give it a shot. Know what I'm saying? Hey.
I feel like at this point, in an effort to get out of earshot, which is very far from Finnan is just fully out of eyeshot of everyone in the group. Like he's like,
Well, it's funny you say that because my sense is Finnan has taken quite a shining to one of the priestesses or one of the acolytes there. So
just echoing down the halls.
that's what I thought too.
There is, with a large group of folks who tend to spend their entire lives in one building, gossip runs quickly. So we've, after heard all of that. So.
Well, I guess that decides it. I have to leave Blackwater forever now.
You know,
Good luck, bye. But I love you guys. But I'm gonna find a hole to just die in. Now, please. Fuck.
From my understanding, Trixalia was quite smitten with you.
Oh my
That
lord!
helpful?
I mean, I feel like you're really making this worse, Neppy.
Oh,
Rilauven, can I cast Flesh to Stone on myself?
Yes.
I'm just gonna be stealthy. I'm just
And
gonna.
I don't have it prepared right now. Do you want me to send to her? Like, I know it's been a minute since we were at the
Fool her
temple.
right now.
How does
if you
one
like.
gild oneself? I think I want
I
to.
could actually send to her right now. Finna, there's
Oh.
nothing to be embarrassed about. This is fully natural for
My
a
brain is
Finnan-
on fire.
developing boy to
Finnan,
go
this is a nightmare scenario.
Rilauven, just end it. Just take it away. Take
When
everything
your
away. Just
patron
end
has
it.
to step in.
I can't
I
take your
can't.
hearing
Your
away.
patron.
Please take everything away. Make me just stone. Just make me a rock. I'm just gonna curl up in this hole here and just make me one with the mountain.
Shall we go collect Finnan from the hole he's dug himself in and go back to Magrin?
Yeah, all right. I can do it.
Probably.
I guess so.
All right.
All right. So you make your way back to Magrin, where you head in, and you can see that Golar is near the hearth, and you can smell there's the smell of cooking meat, kind of emanating through, like kind of permeating the whole room. As you can see, he's roasting what looks like a large buck over the fire.
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
And you can see he's kind of reaching into a pouch that he has and seasoning it. As Magrin is kind of standing there, she looks over at all of you. Did you find what you were looking for?
Yes and no.
Yes.
Found some stuff. Now we're looking for more stuff. Do you know any bootlegging tunnels in the what is it, Undercity? Underport?
The Underport.
The underport is in Cyr-Ang-Dun.
Oh no.
Right. That
We-
explains a lot.
We've realized that unless through very, very powerful magics for a very short period of time, there is no way to teleport out of here or plane shift out.
Right. The queen was threatening to seal the city. She said she had some device.
Yes, I believe she has done that. It casts a spell called Forbiddance. It's a very powerful spell. Abjuration magic. It seems to be emanating from the wall, or near the wall, from the Ironspine Corridor.
Perhaps that's where the device is.
Oh, good point. Do you know the Bureau of?
External
External.
affairs.
That's the one. The
I
BEA. The BEA.
the Bureau
Yeah,
of External
B.
Affairs.
Yeah, the
B?
B. The B.
Yes, it is located. Well, there was a staircase at one point in the center of the large floor in the center. It's up in the top there.
We haven't been up there.
Or is that where we came in from?
No.
The sorting. Did the B get turned into the sorting machine?
Yeah, that's
Perhaps.
It
Um,
sounds like that's what she's
that's
describing.
what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, woofty.
Magarin, I just had a thought because I think we're planning on staying here tonight, and this is also for you, Rilauven. We were planning on kind of postponing this, but how long do you think it would take to make a sword?
I'm not sure. It would take a bit of time. Perhaps a week or so.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, we don't have that time.
Finnan, we do have to return here. Magrin will be
No,
helping
I-
with something else,
I
right?
just don't want to take up the time that's used to do that thing to make a sword.
If you leave me with the materials, I can work on it, or at least get a sense of what we're working with.
Of course, yeah. I think I want to be present just for the infusion of the Rilauven magic, but
Of course.
for sure, yeah.
If you leave me with a piece of sericite and perhaps the tooth, I can get a better sense of the material itself. I've never worked with crystal and only a bit with bone. So
Is a tooth bone or is it? I think it's semantics really, and I'm going to give it the tooth.
Okay, that takes it.
And I'm going to give all of the like small shards of sericite that I found.
Okay. Yep.
I'm going to hold on to the one that opened the thing, and I'm going to hold on to 2 of the small ones, just like in case of like
So you give her-
more.
Yeah, sounds good. This will help. It should speed up the process when you come back. It shouldn't take as long.
If we're out and about and I see any like some metal shops or anything, is there a particular metal you feel like would make a really like badass sword? Because I'm happy to like buy some and bring it.
You can get your hands on adamantine. That's always the strongest.
I'll keep an eye out.
Other than that, tempered steel should be just fine. But we should have access to that.
Great.
Well, I'm beaten. I would love to take her a little resty roo. Let me know if you need me. Clack, let's snuggle.
Come here, big guy.
Yeah.
And we will take our break here as just before we kind of get into the long rest.
Well, thank you all so much for sticking around. I am very, very excited to announce the winner of our Blackwater Purple Heart rolling rod from the wonderful guys over at Legendcraft. If this is something that you would like to purchase for yourself, if you are not the winner today, please head on over to their website. They do a whole bunch of different types, and we are so grateful for them for providing us with this one. And thank you to everyone who entered. This was we've done 2 giveaways. This was huge. There was over 350 entries. And thank you to all of you who posted and liked our comments and stuff and followed us. So I'm very happy to announce that the winner of this rolling rod is I'm going to use their Instagram handle because that's all I've got, Sebastian Wyvern. So Sebastian, if you're watching, thank you so much for supporting our show. Thank you for for coming and hanging out with us. And I'm going to post that in our Instagram right now, and I'm going to DM you about that. So expect this will be coming your way whenever the postal system decides to get it there. And also I will be checking in with you about some little extras that might come in with this wonderful thing. So thank you everyone. We have more giveaways planned for the future. So we're gonna head to our break and we will see you after that. See you guys.
Congrats. Bye.
Later.
Hey folks, Emma here. So, do you experience lore panic? You know, that deep, dark, sinking feeling that your DM or campaign notes are missing and disorganized? That you've forgotten an important plot point and it's going to send your life into a swirling void of angst and regret? Well, if you're like me, then you'll be happy to know that Blackwater is here to help. Yes, you, little lore keeper. We're really proud to announce our partnership with Silverwing Armory. Silverwing Armory is a Canadian company that specializes in gaming goodies, RPG resources, and nerdy necessities to help plan your campaign. My personal favorite are their campaign notebooks. Each of these beautifully designed books is handmade and crafted, showcasing original designs by the creator herself. There's enough that they'll match perfectly with wherever and whenever your game is set. They're also fully customizable with different types of paper, dotted, lined, or graph, whatever works best for you. Finally, they're system agnostic, so no matter what game you run, from D&D to Call of Cthulhu, your lore is kept safe and organized however you like it. Head on over to their Instagram and website at Silverwing Armory and use our promo code Blackwater for 10% off at checkout. It supports this amazing Canadian business and helps support our stream and the story we keep telling week after week. So you get less of this and more of this. Silverwing Armory, for the lore keeper in all of us. Enjoy the rest of the show.
hey guys, it's me, Adam, and I'm here to talk to you about the sponsor for tonight's episode, Legendcraft. Legendcraft is a Canadian woodworking company that makes D&D and tabletop gaming tables and accessories. They are a couple of passionate crafters that create items that will instantly become a highlight of any tabletop or RPG player's game night. An absolute favourite of mine is the Mountain King board gaming table. This table is bonkers cool, looking like it is straight out of a Dwarven King's Hall. It's really unlike anything I've ever seen. We feel really good about endorsing this Canadian business that brings so much passion into something we care so deeply about. So head over to their Instagram at legendcraft.ca to have a look at what they're making and let them know that Blackwater sent you. And if any of you fall in love with any of their amazing products, you can go to their website and use the promo code Blackwater for 5% off. It supports a Canadian business and also helps support our stream in this crazy D&D game we love. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the show.
We're back. Oh, nice. Sweet. That's cute. I don't think I can hear you, Tim.
Man, the whole mic was my mic was.
It was making
muted.
jokes.
I was
and
making
his
all these
mic
great
was muted.
jokes. Couldn't hear it.
Devastating.
Brutal.
Sad. So embarrassing.
Cry a little bit.
Few tears.
Yeah, a couple tears.
Couple tears. All right.
Right. Waiting for Callie.
Leno.
Mish has done it. He's
No, I'm
finally
sorry. It takes me the
taken
exact
over.
time to make a smoothie as break is. I tried to be faster this time. I
Gotta
heard you
have it all
guys come back
prepped in the
on.
fridge.
I heard oh god.
So, you are all settling into your long rest. Did you want to take watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would like to take first watch?
I'm
No
down.
watch. We'll just have 2 watches then.
I'll take
Nebby
first.
and oh, okay. I can go watch if someone wants her.
I'll go with Nuppy.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go with Finnan.
Do you guys want to take first and we'll take second?
Sounds good.
Sure.
All right. You guys can roll perception checks.
29.
I see everything.
25.
Yeah.
I see slightly less. Still a lot.
Pretty quiet. During your rest, you can see Golar also heads down to rest, but Magrin is like tending to some things over by the hearth. She's just kind of working away on a few things. But yeah, it's pretty quiet.
So, you think you're gonna stay with us? At least for a little while longer, Finn?
For the time being, yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
I'm all fucked up inside, Kokanee.
Yeah, I get you. Is it all from after we met you, or was there more before?
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot from. I didn't have the happiest childhood, but I feel like that just kind of is par for the course with a lot of people. But I don't feel equipped. I don't feel. I've just kind of stopped feeling. That's just. were talking about killing him, I wasn't angry. I didn't hate him. I wasn't mad. I was nothing. That scares me. That's really scary to have inside. I don't want to be the bad guy.
With power like yours or mine or anybody here, it's horrifyingly easy to become the bad guy. You have a moment where you don't make a decision that you would have any other time, and you have the power and ability to immediately have irreparable outcomes from it. It's brutally hard, and it's something that's really, it's not fair to put on a 17-year-old.
The thing that worries me is every time I've really disagreed with the group, I feel like my stance, while naive, was often the more optimistic outlook. I wanted to save all the pets. I wanted to make sure the town was safe every time before, but this time I was gunning for him. I don't know where that changed. I don't know where I changed, where I'm willing to trade lives. Because I still am, and it hasn't changed.
Do you want to be that way, Finnan?
I just want to do the right thing. And it's so hard to know what that is.
The right thing for who, Finnan?
For as many people as possible. And I know that's arrogant. But I gotta try, right?
I think it's noble.
I don't know if I'd describe how I acted earlier as noble.
Maybe not. But I lived my whole 20s basically being, working for Velsum, and every time he told me to go get something, I'd go get it. Whatever that meant. I've stolen and I've killed a lot of people that never deserved to be killed. And a lot of those things were just because I was not strong enough to do what was right. And I mean, I know that it's an unfair situation where like he can literally kill me, but it's what I did. And I mean, I carry all of that. And while I don't Finn, I don't want to see you carry that as well. You know?
I don't know if. I think that ship might have sailed. To be honest.
Why do you say that?
I feel like I carry it already.
Why do you follow Rilauven?
Because he's not an angry sun god that burns my eyes out. I mean...
That's why he's better than Dave, but why do you follow Rilauven? Because we can agree Dave sucked, but like that's not
so hard.
He's the worst. He's terrible, like for sure. But why do you follow Rilauven?
Because he helps the people who need it. Helped the people who need it. No, he still helps the people who need it. I needed it. He helped me.
Well, we don't fix all of your problems sitting in, you know, a small room underground, but I promise that I will try my best as long as you're with us to help you as much as I can live up to what you want to be.
Thanks, Scopely. I hope one day you and Nappy get the life you deserve, because, like, this really isn't it. You deserve, like, a proper mansion on a hill overlooking the ocean, just, like, chilling out, surfing every day. I don't know if you guys like to surf, but...
I've never surfed. I imagine I'd have fun.
It's pretty cool.
You've surfed.
Not that it would help you, but, like, chicks really dig it. Again, like, not... Yeah, I think you're pretty set on that.
Good in that department.
Yeah. To be honest, for a long time there, I picked up a lot of things just because it made me look good in front of the girls. Like smithing, I learned how to smith because it just makes my arms look a bit bigger. I think it's the first time I've like had a laugh that felt okay in a while.
It's been a while. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I had a good laugh when you were running away from the Dwarvish erotica book earlier.
But like in my defense, listen. Instead of learning stuff with I was killing liches. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get the chance to talk to ladies and be like, because like you fumbled through it, I reckon. You were like, oh, I don't know. You look like the sort of fucker who was a real awkward little kid or like teenager, and like, no, you were out. You know, you were out hunting. Yeah, that's unfair. Yeah. That's unfair of me.
Listen, I didn't talk to girls. I had not talked to girls at your age.
And also, like, that's the other thing. Like, I can't really get much from you because, you know, your life was just awful. But, like, letters, terrible. I can't talk to letters. You see how many ex-girlfriends he had? When we went to the Earth Elemental Plane, he was, like, drowning in females. And I was like, cool. Like, this guy obviously is, like, the coolest guy ever with women. And, like, I can't live. I can't. If I ask him, he'll just be like, I don't know. Just give him a charming smile and a wink, and they'll fall at your feet. And you'll never... fear, ha ha ha. Like, do I talk to Clack? Because I don't want to start carving statues of naked people, because that's, you know, doesn't really take...
It's not the play.
Best
I
route.
promise that's not the one.
I feel like the only person I can really talk to about this stuff is Callie. And I just, like, that seems weird. Because, like, there's an underlying situation there that I have now moved on from, but like it would be weird if I was like, hey, Callie, person that I used to have like a boyish crush on, can you teach me how to pick up chicks and like what to do in the situations with women, because, you know, I have fucking no idea what I'm doing.
Or do I just play the Kokanee route and just hope that my wife just ends up falling into my life purely from chance? Because like I'm really like you all made fun, but like I'm fucking hopeless, and it's not my fault. I don't think. I just don't think I've been given the opportunity to not be hopeless. Instead, I've been fighting liches and like flying dope dragon robots, but like that's another thing.
Well, I'll start by saying for sure that if you want advice on how to pick up chicks, the person who managed to get the Queen of Wolfreen is like for sure a great choice to ask.
She's a badass, but like I would have a hard time with that conversation.
I mean, I personally am a big fan of just like Finnan, you're great. So like people will like you for you, and you don't have to wink and smile the right way or anything like that. And frankly, you don't want, I mean, maybe you do, but I don't think that you want hordes of women falling at your feet anyway.
It doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world, I'll say. Like, are we talking like hordes, as in like the hordes we have faced in multiple cities where they're trying to tear our flesh off, or like a large group of people who are interested in like talking to me about cool things? Because like the second one I want. The first one, like that one we found in Dresda, where they like rolled around the corner like a sea of people. I don't want that. That was awful.
That was awful.
Pretty awful.
I mean, if you want someone to talk to about cool things, just talk about things you find cool with people, and eventually someone will be into that.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah.
What do you find cool, Finnan?
I don't know.
You have no interests? Like,
no, I have interests, but like a lot of those are tied to like the stuff that I'm doing right now.
Okay.
And it's hard to find other people who also love to save the world and kill people who are trying to bring in an old chained god into the realm of existence. I feel like it's kind of
found like 7 of them right here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but my dating prospects in this group are, none. Unless I want to start dating Letters, or maybe Gorge, or maybe the other one, Gregor, Gregor, I knew his name. I hadn't forgotten. I mean, yeah, there's a girl. She's all right. We haven't really talked very much. Like we've talked. Oh fuck, I'm blushing again. So how? Let's move on.
No, I want to hear about this. Where is she from?
Shut up. She's from she's the one that Nappy was apparently knows everything about, because that's super cool. Fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, it's not her fault. I don't blame her. But Nappy knows everything about me, and it's really like I went away for 6 months and I came back and she was like, how is, I saw you a couple of times. How was that? And I was like, cool. And now I'm like interested in the girl. She's like my mom, but like my mom didn't know shit about me. Like, like at least your parents have like a bit of a blind spot about what you do. She doesn't, because she's magical and she's the head of a church.
Magic wise mom.
Yeah, it's like, I love her to death, but it's a bit of a headache. I'm not like, yeah.
It'd be a lot easier for you if she wasn't quite as like perceptive and insightful.
Yeah, and also not the boss of the person that I'm interested in, because she is like, I know I make a joke that she's the boss of this group, which let's be honest, she is.
Yeah,
but also like she's literally the boss of a temple, and I'm interested in a member of that temple. And so like it's a bit of a minefield where I'm like, one of my very close friends is not even an immediate superior. She's like 7 steps above. Sorry, I'm rambling. How are things?
No, this is exactly what I want to lean into, actually, Finnan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You gonna see her again?
We didn't leave on the best note. When Velsum attacked the second time, she was who I was with, and people died, and I wasn't there, and I know you've all said it. It wasn't my fault, but if you hadn't have won, I don't know what I would do. Because from the way Spooky Yana has described that spell that you were all in, I would have walked back to where I would assume the door would be, and I would have just found you all just in the streets. I can't let myself get distracted. There's too much at stake.
But Finnan, it sounds like your life is so stressful, full of nothing but these infinitely hard decisions that are literally carving you out on the inside. Maybe for the good of the world, it's important that you find yourself some moments to just be a 17-year-old boy.
But how can I with that in the back of my head, Kokani? How can I take my eye off the ball when I now know what happens if I do? I'm never going to be fully present anywhere but here anymore. There's always, regardless of what I'm trying to do, there's always going to be a part of my mind that's tied to all of you. I can't fully be elsewhere anymore.
And that's the way we feel about you as well, Finnan. That's why we hate the idea of you leaving.
Yeah.
Is that even if you left, all of our minds would just be with you wherever you are. But I mean, we spent so long dealing with Volsum and looking at that scenario as hard as we could. And whatever's happened here at Task totally slipped by. I don't think just never taking your foot off the gas and trying as hard as you can is going to guarantee that everything's going to be okay. But I think that the best thing that you can do for your own well-being, so that you can be the best person when we need you to be, is to take a handful of moments for yourself. Do you want to see this girl again?
I mean, maybe.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I mean, yeah, she's cool. She's very pretty.
Well, then maybe that's something that should be important. Not sacrificing this for that, not letting stuff go, but you know, most nights we don't die. You can probably leave on one of those ones and go see her.
You know, I saw him in Dresda. I know I'm changing the subject, but I saw him. I can only assume it was the day he ascended. A great platinum dragon flying across the sky.
Disappointed where it wasn't a platinum dragon. The dragon almost looked like it melded with the stars.
Never mind. You know what? It was like a star dragon. That's what I said the first time.
Okay, Finnan.
Thank you, Tim. That actually kind of worries me because, like, my whole thing is twilight and stars and nighttime and stuff, and I just don't want any association. Maybe it wasn't him.
You're saying you just don't want him like ruining your brand.
Yeah, like kind of like we've taken out Velsum now, so like that Lich brand kind of thing, we can really rework that for Yana, so that it's like, oh, it's chill, cool, like cool,
Lich,
chill,
yeah.
lich necromancy, and like, but if we start fighting a bad guy and he's like all about burning things and fire, I feel like that would be really negatively impactful on Letters as a brand.
Especially if he called himself something like Burn Brand or
or like Flame Brand, Spark Brand. I just feel like people would be like, oh, they'd associate the two. So if some dragon god starts flying around being like, look at all this dark stuff I do, I make stars, people are gonna be like, oh, look at you, you'd make stars as well, you're probably his friend. And I just don't want that association,
So you're saying we shouldn't get you, if we were maybe making you like a cape with a whole bunch of stars on the back, we should nix that?
I don't know if I need a cape with a whole lot of stars in the back, because I just turn into that now.
A cape with a whole bunch of stars in the back?
Hey, you saw me earlier when I picked up Yana? I was just like all starry and dark, and I don't know where that came from. Power of friendship, I guess. No, I'm being facetious, but I like you guys are good, and I like you all very much. Oh, look at that. Look at my wrist. We should probably wake up the other two that said, this conversation has been taxing and I've forgotten pretty much everything that's happened in the last 2 hours. So can we both do that maybe? And let's just, I'm going to go to sleep.
Sure thing, Finn. You want this book?
No. Then I just lie down.
Just face first.
I'll go wake the other two and then go to bed.
Right. Callie and Neppy.
Thank you, darling. Did you hear anything? Is it busy?
No, it's fine. Magrin's still up doing work over there.
Well, I hope you get a good sleep.
Oh my God, Magrin, how much did you hear?
Sorry, what?
Awesome. Okay, good night.
Right, and you can see she kind of goes back to whatever she was working on.
Just give Kokanee a quick kiss goodnight and then go sit with Callie.
All right, you sit with Callie.
Do you need us to roll perception checks?
Mm-hmm.
I got 27.
Hey,
Natural 20 plus 7.
it's better than me.
Thanks.
It's quiet. Don't hear anything.
How are you?
I think I have been disquieted the whole time we've been here. So, it feels like I feel like I am missing something, pieces that I wish I had, but that is a game for my mind to play later. I am all right. How are you? Can I be Sky Singer?
Miss the sun.
Yes.
Grass. Forest. Don't like being underground.
No, I quite hate it. I am a daughter of the desert. This is not anywhere close to where I am meant to be by a long shot.
Yeah. I miss it. It's just, I feel furthest from the lore, I think, when I'm underground.
Yes, I can appreciate that. It is a special kind of distance when you feel far from the being that guides almost everything you do.
Yeah. It's dark.
Yes.
Down here. I'll be happy to leave, I think. Be home for a little bit.
Yes. And then off we go again, it seems.
As we do.
As we do. I can imagine there will be much you wish to do, and never enough time to do it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
I'm really proud of you, Kelly. You have... It has been an honor to walk beside you, and though our faiths are very different, I remember what it was like to be walking my faith at your age, and to see you grow and step into it. It makes me nostalgic, I think.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I just want to... I do like being here. You guys. Like what I said to Finnan. I do. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
But I can imagine there would be many different ways you would craft your day if the world did not require so much saving.
I would do a lot less, that's for sure.
You'd spend more time like you did on your vacation with Kamea, I can assume.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wish we all could just a little bit more time. Still worry about death.
You worry about death?
Yeah, a lot.
Will you tell me about that? What worries you about death?
Not the, like, kind of death, I guess, that we would face if we came across another dragon, but, like, time that we're allotted. That scares me.
What scares you about it?
Letters? A lot. I just don't want to. I don't want to outlive anyone, and I know I'm going to. Just by how the world works, and I'm either going to outlive Kamea by quite a bit, or she's going to outlive me by a lot. There's no way around it in these things. In our world, everyone lives a little bit longer, a little bit shorter, and I just think about it a lot.
I can appreciate that. For my whole life, I was told that I could not form any attachment because I had to be ready. Because if that person, if it was their time, as deemed by her grace, then I had to be able to let them go.
How do you know? Because you've brought me back.
Yes.
More than once.
Yes.
How do you know? I got my brain eaten.
Yes, you did.
Why was that not my time?
It has never been something that I have hardly described it. Is that if that part of my job would be to make these decisions, to arbiter the balance in the way that would serve her grace, for the good of the balance, that we were to maintain our neutrality so that the world could work its machinations and we would uphold it and do everything we could to bring peace, a stillness, a calmness. But I suppose to answer your question, Kelly, I often don't. I don't know. I do know, however, that your story is not over. And when your brain was taken out of your head, your story was certainly not over then. Now I could have stopped. I could have cast gentle repose on you and waited. I could have taken the time to commune with her grace and ask, in your name do I bring Calliope Skysinger back? Though I suppose you were Calliope Okeanos at that point.
Yeah.
And I know in my heart that her answer would have been yes. Because that is the faith that I walk. That is the training, that is the devotion that I have to her. She has trusted me to maintain this position. She told me my place was with Blackwater. Right after Torin died, she said, your place is with Blackwater. So if my place is with Blackwater, then I must maintain Blackwater. That is the essence of my job now.
Can I ask you something?
Always, yes.
My time is, if it comes to it, because I know we have a lot of diamonds.
We do.
My time is before everyone else's, and I know that. So it's a matter of horrible stakes and scenarios, but if you ever have to choose, I want you to choose me last, okay?
You're asking me the same thing that Torin asked me. In some way, shape, or form.
In some way, shape, or form, yes.
And Kelly, I think if you had asked me a couple months ago, maybe a year ago, maybe before Torin died, I would have said yes. But I will be damned if I will not do everything in my power to save you.
Oh, no, I want you to do everything in your power. Just I'm last. And I believe that you will do everything in your power.
Good, because you'd be correct. Put it this way. Do you trust me?
Yeah.
If it comes to that, let me be the arbiter. Let me find the balance. Because that's my job.
I trust you with your job.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. Because I trust you with yours. Though I am not from Wolfar or Wolfreen. I have such devotion to Kamea. And if you are the one who keeps her safe, then I must do everything in my power to keep you safe.
I do think that's never, but yeah. Never. And then me.
I would take Callie's hands, and I'd place them just kind of on my holy symbol for a moment.
Okay.
Death here, as we experience it, in these bodies, on this mortal coil. It is not the end of you. There is after. There comes decision and maybe some waiting. But time changes. And no matter how far you may be from Kamea, you will see her again. We have to trust that. There was a time where I would have outlived Kokanee by perhaps 40 years. And I knew that when I would go, when it would be my time, that he would be waiting for me. And it will be like that for you and Kamea. She will run to you, or you will run to her. And you will tell so many more stories together. That is my faith.
Thank you.
Always.
Okay. So as you're finishing your long rest, Finnan, while you're sleeping, you have a presence of mind to realize you're dreaming. As a figure drifts into your consciousness, into your dream, you see a form you recognize, though you've never seen, kind of a swirling darkness dotted with stars, a humanoid figure. As it pulls back, you see a man standing before you, about 6 feet, broad, muscular. He's holding a staff. You can see the top has been broken off, strikingly similar to yours. You see silver white hair pulled up almost into a top knot, some stubble. His skin is kind of a light purplish color, and his eyes are a brilliant violet. Finnan.
See, Rilauven, this is the problem with the whole branding thing. The conversation I was just having with Kokanee, when you walked up and you were all covered in stars, I was like, that dragon motherfucker's got in my head. Hi, how's it going?
Hello. When you touched the Sarasite in that chamber,
yeah,
something came back to me. And I think it's something I need to show you, but also, you see he kind of releases the staff and it just kind of floats there as he puts both his hands on your shoulders. I know what you've been going through. And I want you to know it is not easy, the path that we walk. But no, we are not divine. We cannot be everywhere at once. We can only strive to do what we can, the time that we have. We make mistakes. Come.
I'm sorry, I actually got to do this, and I'm gonna pull him into a hug. She'll be like, "I'm really
He
glad you're
embraces
not
you.
Dave. Thanks for thanks for everything, and I'm gonna do my best."
He embraces you as you can see the twilight kind of around you, like enshrouds you both as it starts to kind of spin. And he kind of leans over. I'll never be Dave.
Sick one.
Come. And
that was
I
also
you
very impressive dream scene transition. Your aesthetics are really good.
Yes. I've had a bit of time to practice.
No, I bet.
Also, I warn you, I apologize if this is painful, not in a physical sense, but it may be painful to see. Not at first, but you'll understand. And he takes you, and as it kind of shifts away, you find yourself in a familiar cavern, but somewhat more populous. You find yourself in the city, the settlement of Rilauven, underneath Barmwich. You can see it's bustling with folks. You can see there are drow, and there are elvish-looking folks with quite pale skin and brilliant violet eyes. You can see them working to construct buildings. You can see it's quite busy. There's a few hundred people in the settlement moving about. You can see Rilauven is moving through, and you can see him helping, lifting things onto carts, checking things. You see people kind of taking his hand, the kind of nod as he moves through the city. This is the settlement. When we escaped the Civil War, I was drawn to this place. I still, to this day, I do not know why, but we found peace here. We began to build. But something happened. An Illyrian arrived. A man I knew a long time ago when I was a boy. He was the son of a noble family. We grew up at the Illyrian court together. Rysel of the Violet Hills. He told me he'd come to join us. Many people I trusted did not trust him. But I insisted. I had known the man for some time, and I knew his prowess as a warrior. And that's what scared some folks. He had led an elite squad known as the Radiants, who'd killed many drow. But I assured them he was to be trusted. And I took him in. I showed him what we were building. And he seemed impressed. He helped. I was addressing the people. Our people. And you see as he says that, you see your vision kind of shift, and you kind of look down at your hands, and you can see that kind of light purplish skin. As you can see everyone, you feel in your hand a familiar spear. As you look out over the crowd, you turn to see an Illyrian elf, tall, long, silverish hair, brilliant violet eyes, very kind of pale, almost white skin. He kind of looks down and smiles, and his head cocks to the side as a flash of purple erupts, and you feel a pain in your stomach as you double over. There's warmth cascading down your hand. You look down and see blood pouring onto the floor below you. You buckle under the weight of your own body as your spear hits the ground hard. Rysel leans over. You're a disgrace, mixed blood. When I find the Orphea, your people will be erased. As another flash of purple. Once again, Rilauven standing in front of you. I made a mistake in trusting Rysel. I put all of my people at risk. I do not know their fate, but when I saw what you saw, some of them must have escaped. And that's why we must find them. But I also want you to know I wouldn't have changed anything. If I had to do it again, I would still take Rysel in. We have to hope. We have to try to find the best in people. But it won't always work out. And I know that that burden is heavy and difficult. But know, and again he grabs your shoulders, he pulls you in close. You do not walk the path alone. As you start to come to consciousness out of the dream.
Fuck. Guys.
Yeah. Good morning, Finn.
Morning.
You all right?
Yeah, I had a great visit with Rilauven. Talked about some important stuff. It was all, like, Rilauven, I know you're listening. It was all very important, and I listened to all of it, but one part stood out to me. The person who killed him. They were seeking the Orphea. And they said that they could use it to wipe out the Drow.
Goddess grace. We have no idea what we're going to face when we open the Orphea, but I did not expect that.
Does anyone recognize the name Rysel of the Violet Hills? Any history books? No?
None that I've come across.
Not that I can think of.
My worry is that Rysel might be the equivalent of Bakal.
Velsum, you mean?
Maybe not.
Well,
Velsum.
Melsav Bakal, yes.
Yeah. That name has changed over the years. The look in his eyes was one of sheer determination. Maybe not a lich, but maybe passed down a lineage, or maybe he found a way to stay alive. But we now have one more name to add to our list of folk that may be alive and want us to not do the things we are doing.
Do you remember what he looked like, Finan?
Yeah, and I'll describe him.
Does he sound familiar to any one of us? And if my memory serves me correct, he would have to be very old if he still existed.
Impossibly old. Older than Velsum.
Right. Well, then that means we make haste.
I think it's about time. Go ahead.
Sorry, I might have already asked this of you, but Does the name Volketh mean anything to you?
There was a man in the village, Volketh, a drow. He was a simple farmer, as far as I remember. Kind soul. Why?
Volketh was one of Rilauven's people. Like I spoke of earlier.
Wait. What's this guy's name? What's this guy's name?
Rysel.
Let me cast sending. Hey, Volketh, it's letters. Do you know Rysel? Also, how are you? You good? Rysel from back in the day. All right, I think that's all my
Rysel
words.
of Violet Hill.
Rysel of Violet Hills.
Some time goes by. Where did you hear that name? That's it.
I'll cast it again. Let me keep up with my...
Did he respond?
Yeah, he wanted to know where I heard that name. That's a fair question.
Tell him that your friend walks in the path of Rilauven.
My friend walks in the path of Rilauven. And if you'd ever like to come over for dinner, the Blackwater Bar and Grill is mine.
You're back.
Tell that mixed blood that his days are numbered. And that's where we're gonna end it tonight.
The thing is, told you. When the vision started, I was like, "This is gonna be about Volketh." Fuck.
Fuck. Wow.
Bruh.
Oh, man. Thank you.
I've been holding on to that one for a while. Feels good. Let it out.
Fuck,
Oh, man.
But like,
I love that it happened in the same episode that Letters was like, hey, let's give him a chance. Hey.
No, I
So
respect
happened-
that though.
It happened. Well, that's the thing is, I was gonna be like, we shouldn't trust him anymore, and then I was gonna be like, no, we should have hope. But then Letters was like, I'm just gonna talk to him, and I was like, yeah, no, that's a great idea.
Oh my gosh.
Turns out we shouldn't have hope because Volketh's motherfucking Rysel. Fuck.
Thank you all so much for sticking around with us and coming to sit at our table tonight, this wonderful virtual table we have here. This is a very cool thing we get to do, and it means so much to us to have you folks along with us. Come hang out with us on Monday at Chatwater. Sean and Yanis and I will be talking about a bunch of NPCs. Maybe we'll talk about Volketh a little bit, give you some dish on him and some of the history and why that was such a big lore bomb for us. And then on Wednesday next week, we have the return of the Meet the Makers one-shot, it's part 2. So if you have not watched part 1 and you are you going to come hang out with us on Wednesday, go on over to YouTube and watch the original one. It's under our one-shots playlist. And then come hang out with us on Wednesday. It's going to be a very fun time. We love all of you, and good night.